So when we left off last, you were just arrived at Dunferta Castle.
Yes.
On the map there, and you had been introduced to the the three sort of military advisors who are going to be leading the soldiers you've been loaned. They being Lieutenant Mikkel Ulriksson of the Grimhagen Swordsman, Sir Percival the Just of the Order of the Knights Panther, and Birgil Ironbeard, who is a dwarf captain who has been hired by the Dwarven Engineers Guild.
What a god.
You also met Alevandro Fanmaris, who arrived at the same time you did. He is the Duke's Huntsmaster and a wood elf from the Laurelon Forest.
Sick.
And so, yeah, the last time we sort of vaguely touched on the battlefield endeavours. Have you had the chance to have a read through what the endeavours are? I know that Nick and Steve have.
I haven't had a chance to be yet, unfortunately. But we'll...
But I had a pretty good idea from last time when we talked about them what I wanted to try.
Yeah. So, what I feel would be appropriate. So, in the actual rules here, it states that you can have up to 3, depending on how much time there is available as downtime between the characters arriving to the site of the battle and the battle taking place.
Yeah.
In game terms, I would assume that you would spend probably up to a week preparing, like doing scouting missions, rallying more troops, all that sort of jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you didn't have full health prior to now, you will have full health.
Right.
And we'll use that downtime. I will let each of you do 2 endeavours from the list. Some of them will make sense for like a couple of people to do together at the same time. Like it wouldn't make sense for you all each to go out and do individual scouting missions. It would make more sense if you sort of went out in like groups of 2 or 2s and 3s or whatever.
100%.
Similar to like the infiltrate and sabotage ones. It makes more sense for a group of you to do it all together rather than one person doing it. So to quickly recap, the scout endeavor, the character must make a challenging combined ride and perception test to gain intel on the enemy army. A successful test will provide information as to the breakdown of the army, what sort of troops they have, what numbers they have, and roughly how far away they are, and maybe even like their like where their units are sort of situated on the battlefield. If you succeed with that, you increase the power of your army by 10. If you fail that, there's a chance that you'll get captured by the enemy forces. Mustering forces from surrounding towns or hiring mercenaries is one that you can do. Basically, if you can justify the skill test for me, I will set a sort of difficulty, and that will determine whether or not you actually succeed in rallying some additional troops from, I don't know, nearby towns, or maybe there's a mercenary company passing through. If you are just successful, you'll increase your army's power by 5. If it's an astounding success or more, it's by plus 10. If you get an astounding failure, you'll decrease your army's power by 10 as people lose morale and fuck off. Infiltrate can only be done after a successful scouting mission. You may sneak into the enemy's camp and attempt to steal their plans. If you succeed, you gain a plus 20 bonus to the plan endeavor. But the difficulty will be determined by me depending on what it is you're trying to do. There's a sabotage endeavor, which is same thing. You have to have done a successful scouting endeavor first. You go into their camp and attempt to, I don't know, set off an explosion, or maybe poison their food supply. And if you're successful with that, you decrease the enemy's power level by 5 or by 10 if you do really well. You can do an inspiring speech, which will increase your army's power by 10 for the first battle round. After that, it reverts back to what it was. And then there's a plan endeavor where you must do a law warfare test, and depending on how well you do, it will increase the army's overall power for the duration of the battle. And also there's options for you to do other things as well. If you can think of something like that seems appropriate to do before a battle, we can set like a reward consequence type thing and see how that affects the army's power and whatnot.
Cool.
Very cool.
Alright.
So I know Steve has come up with a plan of something that he would like to do.
Yes. So I'm assuming the first one would be a scout.
Yep. So is anyone else wanting to do a scouting endeavor? Because I feel like we'll probably try and do most of the scouting endeavors at the same time.
Scout.
Yeah, I wanted to do scout. For
I
sure.
didn't. I was going to go and talk to the towns and try and raise, inspire or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got three.
I'm not a scout.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So 3 who want to do scout. I'm just going to have a quick look. Seeing as Luke's not here tonight, seeing as he's out on his Bucks night, I will see if he has. He does not have ride. Okay, so he's not going to be doing that either. Cool. So okay, the 3 of you then can do your scout test. So, or your scout endeavor. Now, Steve, what was it that you were going to do again? Scout mission using your second sight. Yep. So I'm
perception as well.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking, you'd still have to do the ride test, but for perception it will be using your second sight as opposed to regular senses. Yeah.
So how does a combined work?
Oh, now this is
You just roll both.
this is something that I'm going to have to double check because it's been a while since I've looked at the rules for combined.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time we did it.
I don't think we've ever done it.
No, we've done extended, but I don't remember
Yeah.
doing
Oh.
combined.
Let me have a look. I have the actual rulebook here. Let's see if I can find it.
Oh,
Look at him go.
there's literally nothing for combined in the rules apparently.
Yeah, I know. You know what? There's nothing for hang on. Combining difficulties option. Combining skills. Hello. 155.
It's dramatic. You know what?
Combining skills. Sometimes you may be in a situation where you feel 2 skills should be tested by the same character for a single task. There are generally 2 reasons to do this. It's faster and limits the number of dice rolls required to press on with the game. Having to pass 2 tests in a row. Okay, the simplest way to do this is to attempt both skills with 1 test, doing a single percentile roll against both skill numbers. If you pass both, you succeed. If you pass 1, you pass partially. If you fail both, then you fail both. Okay. I think we'll do that then. So it'll be a single percentile roll, and it's going to be based on your perception and ride skills.
And mine are only 2 points apart, so
Excellent. So I guess roll a d100 and we'll see what happens.
perception.
Do you want us to do
Is
both?
is it challenging?
It is challenging, yes.
Do you want us to both do it at the same time?
I'm gonna re-roll.
I'll get you to do that one at a time.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Cool. Off to a flying start. Wouldn't be Warhammer if we didn't horrifically fuck something up.
Well, the worst that can happen is
Well,
we
they got
might
it even
rate
worse.
escape. Kind of. Oh dear.
Yeah, the worst that can happen is Hiker gets captured.
The worst that can happen is oh no.
Okay, well you fail.
Yeah,
I can't
Is
use
it?
another fortune.
No,
yeah.
you can't fortune it out again, unfortunately. Well, it's not an astounding failure, so you're not going to get caught by the enemy, so that's something, I guess.
Just they point and laugh at you.
Ugh.
Wait, why can't you use a fortune?
They already
It's
used one?
already did.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. Alright, Ulrich, your turn.
Oh boy. Okay, so where's my horse?
That was such a noise.
Wait, is it? So you want me just to do perception and ride?
Yeah, so basically you just do a D100.
Here's a D100 for you.
Oh!
What more do you want?
You passed
What more
both!
do you want?
You passed both!
Well, could you?
Boom!
Boom!
Boom.
That is...
Get out of the fuck.
What's that? That's
Out of
2 success levels?
On my
For both, I
horse,
think, if I'm
yes.
just eyeballing it.
Oh yeah,
You
no, you're
ride.
right. Yeah,
You
both.
do like trick riding past.
They
them.
say we do not ride. I'll tan your fucking hide. Ride.
Nice.
Marvellous.
Very
Okay, Steph, I'll get you to do yours anyway, but as it stands, we have had a successful scout endeavour, so we'll see what you get as well. So can you offer me, please, a D100? Okay, I'm going to say that's probably a fail.
Yeah.
But let's have a look, shall we?
You never
Well,
know.
let's rub it in.
It is a fail on perception, but not by as much as you think it is, so that's good.
Oh well, that's good.
You should have ride horse for some reason. It's not showing up.
Yeah, I should.
Why is it not showing
'Cause
up?
I got a horse.
Because you got a
Did
horse.
I? Yeah, there it is. Go back to the last one you were on.
Yeah, like it's there, but it's not showing up. Hang on, I'm just going to add it in.
Oh.
Does it just say ride? It doesn't have the horse thing.
Yeah.
Ride
I
various.
had to do that. I added mine manually.
I'm just really good at playing drums.
Okay, so it's definitely 76. That's only an impressive failure for ride. So it's not you're not getting captured. But it's only like a failure for perception, so that's fine.
I can
All right.
live with that.
So we did manage to get, however, one successful test completed. So
Well done. Your shoulders must be so sore from carrying this. Team.
well done.
Well done.
Well done, dwarfy boy on a horse of all things.
Hey, it's technically a pony, but
Aye.
no matter, it's
pony.
it's a fine beast nonetheless.
Okay, so information for you. So let's
Yep.
see. I just need to write down quickly. We've done some scouts, so that's. Cool. All right. Information that I can pass on to you. You know that the enemy's power value is 50. What that means, you don't know. I will
But we
explain when we
know-
actually get to the
know
fighting
what?
part of it.
We don't know about power value.
Oh, I can tell you that yours is also 50.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
That
can they
means
be?
something.
So that means that they could also potentially increase it over time, right?
Yep.
Possibly?
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like this. Okay, all right. That's fine.
You also know that their army is composed of there's roughly 100 of them, all told, and it's a mix of orcs, goblins, snotlings, with a small contingent of squigs,
Yep.
being led by a orc big boss who stood out like a sore thumb because he was head and shoulders taller than all the other orcs. And you were able to determine that there was some sort of goblin leader there as well, but you couldn't work out much more than that.
I want to keep one of the squigs.
I
You can
will.
see a goblin giving orders, but we couldn't tell which one because
Yeah.
every time they move, they look the same.
They all look the same.
Call yourself goblins.
I can also. I'll tell you roughly what the sort of layout of the area is as well. So if we're looking on the map, let me just cut back to here. So if you look on the actual map, like in the lead up to where Karak Khazarak is, there's a bit of a natural valley where this sort of river runs through, the river Torb.
Yep.
So the entrance to this river. Yeah, I'm gonna say the actual entrance to Karak Khazarak is actually more like over here. I'm just gonna ping it.
Oh, so it's actually quite far away.
Yeah, so the river runs sort of behind, I guess like below a cliff, and the Karak Khazarak has like, I guess, windows that look out over the river.
Yeah.
But the actual entrance to the hold is like from this side of the mountains. So in this sort of area leading up to the mountain pass, there's a series of sort of rocky cliffs and mountains and whatnot. The actual lead up to the entrance is like a very shallow hidden valley, which if as you were to approach it, you couldn't see an entrance to it. Like it's just hidden behind sort of stony hills and whatnot.
Yeah.
And when you finally make your way through a bit of a cutting, you find the valley itself.
Could I say with my incredible success that I look out at the ruins and everyone's like, all right, there are the ruins. I'm like, no, laddie, no. That way is the bloody ruins.
Yeah. I'll say, I mean, you've got, you're a dwarf.
I've got Lord Dwarves, yeah.
You've got Lord Dwarves. You're a dwarf. You lived in Karak Khazarak for a time.
Yeah.
You spot what appears to be the, like, degraded remains of a dwarven road that was sort of leading off in the direction that you pointed, being like, so it's that way. That's the way to get in.
Yeah.
When you actually, like, poke your head into the valley proper, the road is in better condition. It looks like it's like time has not really damaged it as much as it has outside of the valley.
Oh.
But it's, as I say, it's a very gradual slope up towards the entrance. So you're definitely coming up a slope towards the orcs. So they have, in fact, the high ground.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's your scouting endeavours done.
Yeah, okay. They have the high ground and their assholes.
All right. Who would like to do a muster forces endeavour?
I would like to do a muster force.
I thought you might.
My intended,
That was your
action,
intended
yes.
action. All right.
Could I do a muster forces as well?
You can, but that means that
That'd
you
be-
won't be able to do any further endeavours.
Oh. Would it be helpful if I did a muster forces?
Depends on how you intend to muster forces. I was going to get Lucian to do one as well.
Fair.
So there'll be at least 2 characters doing it.
Okay, so if there's at least 2 characters, that's fine. Otherwise, I was going to go drinking and muster that way. Because I'm good at that.
True.
Get mercenaries.
Hire some mercenaries that way. You could do if you wish.
Depends how helpful it would be.
It definitely is helpful. So
Okay. I'm happy
let
to
me
give
let me
a-
read through. So basically, successful mustering of additional forces increases your army's power by 5. If you get an astounding success, so a +6 or greater, it increases it by 10.
Just to clarify on the map, this is where we are, isn't it? Dunferta Castle.
That's correct. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. So to get to Gladbeach,
Yep.
that's like what?
Probably
40 miles.
Let's see
Would
now.
it be like
less than that.
20? It looks about the same distance as the scale.
Yeah, it's probably
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I was looking at the. Yeah, it's only about 20
probably about
miles,
20
isn't it?
miles.
Right
So
on.
you could do that
Yeah,
in a
okay.
day.
So I could easily do that on my horse and ride there because I
Yeah.
figure them. I'm from like a. I sort of, as I improvise my backstory.
Yeah.
I reckon I'm from like a fairly small hamlet
Somewhere around
in
there.
around here.
Yeah.
But obviously would know the town quite well. I'm gonna say because
Yeah.
it's the biggest town in the area.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So that was why I wanted to muster forces because I mean they're my peeps.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're my boys. My
Sounds
rock
good.
soldiers.
So I guess it
My
depends.
time boys.
How would you like to muster your forces? Are you going to do what sort of test
How
do you want
how
to
do
do?
you think I would like to muster my forces, Ben?
I suppose a rousing speech.
It is going to be like it is going to be a Sigmarite
Is it?
proselytizing
Jesus.
and a channeling them with my, all the turgidity as mentioned before.
All right. Well,
Genius and fervor.
Let's see now. What's going to be an
With the
appropriate...
religious, and I have the religious leaflets that I drew up.
Ah, indeed,
Oh.
you do.
And I'm going
It's
to
an art
disseminate.
piece.
I'm going to disseminate the religious leaflets that
Oh.
I created
Yeah.
in the towns and like
Would you have a
waste
tote
stops.
bag,
And
perhaps, to carry them around in?
I have several. Well,
As
I have a
you-
lot. I
as
have
you
I have a
disseminate
satchel, I
them?
think, of some kind.
Yeah, okay, that's
Well, actually, it's not specified, but I assume I've got pockets in my robe.
I should think
tote
so.
bag full of pamphlets with which to disseminate.
Let's have a look. See, I'm trying to see what would be an appropriate skill for you to do. Probably not.
Hello.
Entertain
name
speeches.
is
I think is
Elva.
probably going to be
What do
that,
you
or
do?
maybe
That's what I was-
or maybe leadership.
Yeah.
To bring to you the most amazing hammer.
Or
I
you
guess
could do
the
a
other,
more.
The other one I was wanting to do was an inspiring speech again.
Yes.
Shocking no one.
Shocking. Absolutely no one. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. I would say you can do either a entertain speeches or a leadership
they are
test.
identical because my entertain speeches has 0 advances, so it is just straight fellowship anyway.
No, because your leadership will be higher because you've got 7 advances in it.
I have. Oh, you're right. It's a skill. Yes. No. I very much will do that. And yes.
Yeah.
A leadership.
Okay. It will be with the leaflets. I'm going to make an
Is anyone
average
coming with
test.
me or not? Average. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Lucian's going to do one as well, I think. So we'll do yours first.
All right. Fingers crossed.
Oh, a crit success!
Kasha. There we go.
I don't think I'm even needed here.
All right, that will increase the army's power level. Annoyingly, crit successes aren't really going to do any extra for this, but I'll say it definitely increases it by +5, so that is a success.
Cool. Great.
Your boys are especially good.
Excellent. I'm going to get some lads coming to help us kill some orcs.
You've got some real lads.
Yeah.
Also, if someone saves me a squig, I'll be very happy, especially if it's a tiny one I can put in my hat.
All right, I'm going to get
Roughly 10 troops
Beat it.
Yeah.
based on the
But hey,
150
this
ratio.
is it, right? Well, that's all right. That's 10
Yeah.
more guys.
I mean, I'm sure there's not that many people
This
that
is it.
are
Right?
actually
Yeah.
fighting capable.
Well, that are ready to fight orcs. You know.
I'm going to get Lucian
And
to
the
do
orcs
it
have the
as
high
well.
ground.
But he's just going to do a gossip test, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Only just fails, so no.
Yeah.
All right.
He doesn't undo my good work.
No.
Good.
All right. So our
I
next
would hope.
the next options we have is you can do an infiltrate endeavor
Ooh.
to try and learn the enemy's plans.
Now that also could be good with drinking.
The
The
thing
only
is,
thing is, it only buffs the plan endeavor, and none of us can do the plan endeavor.
Yeah. Because no one has law warfare.
So listen, all y'all, it's a sabotage. That's what I've got.
Nice. Nice.
Also could be
Yeah.
done with drinking. Just saying. It's very
So-
versatile.
so the thing is, I'm trying to think what skill I could like possibly use for a sabotage. Because I do have like oh my god, where's it gone? That I do have a cheeky, like a little bit of a cheeky,
Cheeky.
just a cheeky weaky law geology that I might
Oh.
be able to
a
Ooh.
cheeky Lord
Yeah,
geology.
just be like-
so
just to be like, well, you know, if anything's gonna collapse, it'll be because someone accidentally smashed one of the pillars with a warhammer.
Mm.
Lord geology, you just chuck a fucking rock at their head.
Yeah. This rock will hurt more.
You see this massive fuck off huge boulder, and
Now
you see
this-
how downhill is the enemy. Now gravity still affects rocks, you see.
I mean, there is a cannon,
Have a look at
so
this
you know.
fine example of granite with your teeth.
I mean, because I don't have stealth, nor do I have any way of doing like entertain acting, and it won't work because they're fucking orcs.
Big fuck off rock.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do a big fuck off
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, I like
I
the idea
reckon.
of heading in and being like, there's something in the landscape that I can use against them, even if it's like
A Mulan-esque avalanche.
exactly right.
Ah,
Fuck
With the
that's
cannon.
bring
or
out the
something.
fucking fireworks.
Yeah,
Or like
Just
block
remain
off a pass or something, so they're
Yeah,
they're
that's
funneled
a good
into a
idea.
narrower kind of like kill
Yeah.
zone or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, okay. I
That's
will
really cool.
allow that to be the type of test you can do.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I am going to say, however, that it's going to be difficult.
Fair. Does that mean I can't physically pass it anymore?
Rock.
Almost. Shall I give it a go now?
You may give it a go.
Huh. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to spend my fortune now. Fuck it.
Do it.
Why not? Living large, living in charge.
Rocks.
Go. Difficult. Fuck.
Mm.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh.
Do we want to see if I can make this worse?
Well,
I'm also going to do one as well.
Yeah, you go first.
Right, give me a hand with the fucking rock!
My
You're there
plan
just
was
like in your legs, just.
my plan was to green myself up and pretend to be a like Gretchen, and
could
then get close enough to use my dart spells to try and like hit the back of orcs when they're near other orcs to try and make them think like the other one's starting a fight with them
yeah, right.
to get them fighting amongst themselves.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll get you to do an entertain acting test.
Yeah.
It is going to be difficult.
Oh, is it just? Oh, shit.
I'll use my fortune to make that a success.
Fair enough. Nice.
Nice.
All right. That is hiker. That is a success.
That's all my fortune though.
Oh dear.
Nice. All right. Who else was wanting to do a sabotage?
I'll sabotage.
You'll sabotage?
Nice and all your...
Yeah, let's see.
What sort of skill do you think you want to do? Like a stealth or what other skills do you have?
My consume alcohol, I think I might have mentioned, is pretty damn high.
It's come up a few times.
It has. My athletics
Might
are also
be-
pretty good.
If you wanted to do that, you could maybe do it as an inspiring speech, but not a speech. Get like drunk and like increase the morale of the troops or something like that. By like getting, all the troops friendly
Hammered.
with each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's,
Rather
I
than
like-
trying to drink with orcs.
yeah, I feel like drinking with orcs, or it's too bad I can't do a provide alcohol test. Just leave some pretty some hangman around the camp.
It'd be like lure poison to poison the grog, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, or like
As a
trade
sabotage.
poisoner. So I was actually going to say I'm going to get Lucian to do a trade poisoner test because he has
Yeah.
that as part of the
Yeah.
apothecary.
That makes sense.
That's a good idea.
And see if he can't poison their food supply.
That's a good idea.
Look, Steph, it's up to you if you want to do the sabotage or not. You can opt to do an inspiring speech.
Well, I could probably let me see what else I've got. I've got my leadership's okay. But I guess I could do an inspiring drunk speech.
Yeah,
I imagine I've had plenty of practice.
yeah, I would assume so.
Absolutely. Well, let's do that then. I could do an inspiring speech.
All right. Well, let's quickly just do Lucian's
Yeah.
trade poisoner test.
My character's acting and leadership are the same, but I'm like, I can't see my character doing a speech, so...
Let's make that difficult.
No, but you'll probably do some cool battle stuff.
Oh, he does.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I thought he did.
He sure
I
did.
thought he did, yeah.
All right. So we're going to do inspiring speeches.
Mhm.
So, Johanna, would you like to do a drunken inspiring speech?
Yep. Just a D100 again. Or is it a test?
It is a test. Now, let's see. It is... I think it's a whatever you deem as appropriate. Pass a leadership test.
Leadership?
Leadership test.
Alrighty.
So the difficulty is determined by the difference between the powers of the two armies, which is currently plus 20 in your favor. So it will be a... oh god, my brain is just...
Easy.
It'll be an... no, it'll be an average test.
Oh, average. You're right.
Alright. Oh, come on.
Nice!
I'll take a marginal. Oh, yes.
And then Alex, Wolfgang.
Alright, let's go for it. Hang on. Is this leadership again?
It is leadership, and it will be average.
Yeah, cool. But I had entertained speeches. Maybe I haven't put any advances into it. I feel like it's one of my skills. It is, I just haven't done it yet. Oh no, I have, but I said, yeah, I haven't advanced. Anyway, leadership, cool. So average?
Average, yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna fortune that.
Yep. Very
That's
nice.
better.
2 successes. Alright, that is... Everyone's done 2. Sweet. Alright. So, it is... Hang on, I just need to quickly adjust this. That's now 55. That is now... Alright. Are you ready, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hang on. I will be right back. Oh god, this was not the time to say that. Oh,
And I
Jesus!
can't believe it. We really did it. We really became the Warhammer fantasy.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Okay. That is a touch loud. I might turn that down.
Pretty sure I didn't pay a lot.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Nice.
All right. So, you guys can probably all see this tracker up here.
Yeah.
If you click on that, you should be able to see the power level.
Yep.
Ah.
Annoyingly, I can't seem to get it to stay showing, but unless there's a setting that I'm missing.
Can't remember if there is or not. I mean, if I stay clicked on it, it stays showing.
Yeah. All right. So, what I am going to do. So, the way battles work is,
War!
hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
I brought more food, so I'm ready for war.
So the way big battles work, it's a little bit more cinematic in its scope. So I determine the number of rounds that the battle will sort of run for. Seeing as I don't want us to be here all night, I've set it to 3.
Oh.
Each battle round can go for quite a while because there's quite a bit that we have to like go through in a battle round.
Okay.
So each one starts with me sort of describing the scene, setting the tone, setting the mood, and then we'll have some like cinematic scenes where we'll sort of zoom in on each of your characters doing something, and whether that's combat or trying to marshal the troops or defend an area of the ground, or I don't know, leading a counter a charge, all that sort of stuff. There's a list of like different cinematic scenes that we can go through. If it's a combat related one, we might do like a couple of rounds of combat and then move on. At the end of, once everyone's had a scene each, I then do a dramatic power test. So basically I roll a D100 for each army based on their power level. And if they succeed, they reduce their army's power, the opposing army's power by 10 plus success levels. After that, we have a regroup phase where everyone may attempt to make a healing, like an endurance test to heal up some wounds. So I can do either a healing test or an endurance test to heal some wounds, or use some healing drafts, and then we sort of rinse and repeat those until we've done the number of battle rounds that has been determined. At the end of the last battle round, we'll judge what the difference between the two power levels are. If it's greater than double, then whoever has the higher amount will win.
Alrighty.
To actually reduce the enemy's power level as well, every time you hang on, I was reading it before. So every time you cause a wound, if you do an attack that causes wounds, it reduces the enemy's power by 1. If you kill an enemy, it reduces it by 2.
Yes.
Yeah. What else was there?
Is there like a period of time that each round kind of goes for, or is it very loosey-goosey? You know, one round might be like an hour, the next round could be like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's very loosey-goosey.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It just depends what happens, I suppose.
It depends what happens, exactly.
Very cool.
So the cinematic scenes that are available to you, we can sort of quickly run through them. Essentially, you can tell me what it is you want to do, and I will try and like peg it into one of the various different scenes that are here, or I'll make something up. But there are a few like predetermined options, so you could lead a charge, which is fun. You could do a let it rain action, which is essentially you are leading the archers in a controlled volley. You can bolster, which is essentially providing morale to a group of soldiers who might be sort of looking to break. You could do a protect option, which might be I need you to protect the cannon and its crew from attack. There could be hold this ground, so we've reached we've made a beachhead. I need you to hold this ground until we can get reinforcements to you. There's a few other options as well, and there's like a couple of fun like I don't know. Say you decide I want to like mano a mano the orc boss. Well, there's a duel option that you could do. There could be a intruders option where like they manage to infiltrate some grots into your ranks, and they start like attacking you from behind. And you've got to deal with that. So, I guess we'll start. I'll sort of paint an image with my words, and then we can sort of go through one at a time, and we'll do some cinematic scenes, and we'll see how we go.
Sick.
Let me drink some water. Okay. So, it is early in the day. The sun has just sort of risen up past the mountain line. Your forces
There's a
have,
mountain line. Sorry.
your
You're
forces have moved through the night to be set up at the sort of mouth of the valley. Come the dawn, the forces are sort of lined up in very traditional military fashion. There's a block of the Grimhagen swordsmen, sort of spears in front, swords behind. Sorry, not tell a lie. Swords and shields at the front, spears behind in the second rank. Crossbowmen, a couple of steps behind them. The dwarves have got their own little fierce little block of axes and pistols.
Goddamn right we do.
And the squad of knights are sort of waiting off in one of the wings, ready to swoop in and hit an enemy on the flanks. The dwarven cannon crew has set up on top of one of the small hills that sort of flanked the entrance to the valley. And then up ahead of you, at the sort of the top of the valley, near the entrance to Karak Khazarak, is a mottled array of orcs and greenskins of all shapes and sizes. One stands head and shoulders above the rest. A colossal brute. He's...
His name?
Sorry?
That's his actual name.
No.
It's awesome.
Tell you, I actually think as a part of your infiltrate mission, your stealth mission, you might have actually learned his name.
Oh!
Yeah. His name is Grishnak the Keen.
Is he the big boss?
He is the big boss.
Rishna Keen.
Grishnak the Keen.
Rishna. Good God.
I won't get you to attempt to spell Grishnak. He is well over.
Grishnok.
No, I've thrown in some extra like.
Not spelled
So I've
the traditional way.
no, I've made it a
spelled
bit more
Grishnak.
Polish.
Fair enough.
I've thrown some more Z's and H's in.
GRZ.
G-R-I-Z.
GRIZ. Not YZ or JZ.
No.
No. Fair enough.
So he's well over 7 foot tall.
Oh.
And with thickly corded muscles, and he's got massive, like, tusk-like teeth jutting out from his jaw. And he's really obvious, obviously, because he's huge and heavily armored, and has a massive, what can only be described as a cleaver for a weapon.
Jesus.
A chopper.
The big chopper, yeah.
Yeah.
Chop on that.
As soon as the sun sort of has come over the top of the mountain behind the orcs, and the orcs have got a clear view of you, there is a loud whoa!
I didn't
And
quite catch that. What was that?
yeah. And the orcs come charging down the hill towards you in a big, unruly wave.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
You think maybe we're not the best for the job? I mean, usually I'm just arresting fellas. Alright, here they come. Just rousing the troops with my brilliant
Alrighty.
my brilliant dwarven commentary.
So, does anyone have any particular preference of something they would like to do first?
Do the orcs have any missile weaponry, or are they all charging?
They are all charging at this stage. They're a good distance away from you. Some of the... I'll get you to do an average perception test for me. Alright.
Pretty on par for today.
Yeah, look, you're just seeing a big green wave coming towards you. You don't really notice if anyone's stopping or slowing or anything of that nature at this stage.
Okay. gonna get on my horse and line up with the knights.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start casting Dome.
Sure. Okay. Are you channeling that, or are you just casting?
Oh, I'll be channeling it, yeah.
Cool. Don't forget that you get +2 success levels because of your robes
Oh, yes.
to channeling tests.
Whoa.
Wowee. Okay. Well, that is a fumble, so we need to roll on the...
I do not. Oh no, it's doubles. I do roll them on 10s. It's doubles. I don't.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
So that is a minor miscast.
Explode.
Ouch.
Unholy Visions. Okay, let me just pop what that does. I think that's a pretty okay one.
You see a witch hunter procreating.
Oh
Another
god.
witch hunter.
Magic.
As long as it gives me like 10 bleeding conditions, like last time.
It's just
Your
Okay.
eye-
everywhere.
No. All right. You receive a blinded condition.
Okay.
You must pass a challenging cool test, or you'll gain a second one.
Oh.
Cool. Okay. So you gain a single blinded condition.
Do I get to test against that later?
Yes. Hang on. Blinded. It's removed at the end of every other round.
Okay.
There's rounds of combat, so not round of the battle round.
Yeah,
For
so
that,
if we get into combat and I'm close enough, then the first round I'll be blind.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
That didn't go well.
So you start trying to coalesce the
shadows and they just wrap around my eyes.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't you have a talent that prevents you from that?
Only on doubles.
Ah, yeah, right, okay. That's fine.
I don't have the other one yet.
Yep, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Right.
And I think 100's a crit.
I think 100's a crit fail regardless, yeah, so that's...
Yeah.
Alright, so you start coalescing, the winds of shadow, and it backfires, and the winds sort of just dissipate, leaving you with these visions of your friends dying around you, and that's all you can see for a while. It's just these visions of all your friends and people that you know and care about dying.
I managed to keep my cool, knowing it's only a vision, but I'm still.
But
seeing
you're
it
still
all.
seeing it, yep. So Hiker is on a horse with the knights. What is anyone else wanting to leap in?
So like, I was sort of, I want to obviously do the try and go for my hammer.
Yeah.
Right. Like, want to try and magic blessing my hammer.
Yep.
Like the list, I guess the list of things. Do that. Try and inspire the troops a bit with a speech or bolster.
Yep.
Or whatever was kind of the idea. And then probably charge in, I guess, depending on how many, where we're at with stuff.
Alright, I'm going to say you can definitely do a bolster. They're far enough, the enemy is far enough away at this point that leading a charge now is probably not necessary.
That's yeah.
But you could
But I
definitely
was gonna try and bless my hammer
do a
first,
blessing
I
and
think it's a bit
then
more.
do a bolster action. That's fine.
Well, actually, to be honest, I'm going to go with my beacon of righteous virtue.
Yep.
Can I do that as a bolster? Like, so essentially I'm going to be bellowing my prayers of Sigmar. This is my one that does, as you become infused with holy fire of righteousness, all allies with line of sight to you instantaneously remove all broken conditions and gain the fearless talent while the miracle is in effect, and they remain in my line of sight. Any greenskins with line of sight to me are subject to fear 1.
Yep, that's fine. That can count as your bolster action, and you will increase your army's power level by however many success levels you get.
Yep. Hopefully some.
Non-success.
I'm going to
Oh,
use my last fortune.
Hell yeah.
Why not? Go hard early. Let's do it. Damn.
Not today, unfortunately.
That's the kind of rolls I get.
Yeah.
All right.
Close.
Not too bad. That's fine. So you start trying to rally the troops with a fiery, impassioned speech about Sigmar's blessings in the field of battle. And as you are starting to sort of build up the morale and the sort of wind the troops up, a cloud passes over the sun, and it sort of causes you to falter for a moment, and the speech sort of falls short.
Yeah.
There's no negative effect to you failing this. It's just it doesn't go as well as you would like.
Yeah, sure. That works.
Okay. Anyone else would like to jump in with something?
Do some arrows.
Let it rain?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. We will have a couple of rounds of shooting. So, you start... Alright. I'll allow you to start the shooting, Steph. And then I'll go through and I'll lead the things that are able to shoot will shoot.
Cool. So just a longbow.
Just a longbow attack. We'll see what happens.
Difficulty?
Difficulty is just straight challenging.
Cool. Alright, let's give this a go. Might want to use a fortune on that, I think. Hey!
There we go. Nice.
That's more like it.
Alright. Can you roll for me, please? A D6 to determine what you are hitting. 3. You will hit a goblin with that shot. Goblins have... let's see, they've got 1, so 4. You're doing 11... No, 8 points of damage. 8. They can take 4 of that. Alright, that does injure a goblin. It strikes down and hits a goblin in the torso as it's running towards you. And that reduces the enemy's power by 1. Alright.
Suck my dick, orcs.
So it starts. Alright.
That goblin in particular.
That goblin in particular. Right, so the crossbowmen will also make a roll to see if they can hit anything with their shots. They will take a shot with their crossbows. They fail. That sounds about right. The Pistolier company will take a shot. Hello. The dwarven pistols crack in the cold daylight, and that is going to be
Headshot.
1.
Oh.
Okay, they hit a squig and explode it.
Nice.
Reducing that by another 2. Okay.
Go on, you wee bastards.
The oh, hang on. Is this before I shoot the cannon? I just want to check that. I can't remember if I gave Burgil Ironbeard a pistol or not. I think I might have done. I did. He's gonna have a shot as well. He misses. All right. The cannon is gonna take a shot. This could be terrible.
Or amazing.
Or amazing.
I do like the idea that I'm on the front line being like, the cannon's not going to go off for a while, and then we just see this BAM!
So, big explosion, bang. So as you can see, it's 20 damage.
Nice. That's good damage.
Oh, come on.
And it explodes one squig and kills another. So, it explodes one squig and damages another. But let me just quickly check something. Just want to check blast. Item traits blast. All creatures within rating yards of the blast target take SL plus weapon damage and suffer any conditions. Well then, within 3 yards, that's going to hit more than just squigs then, and that's going to do a lot of damage. I'm going to say that it's going to kill a handful of goblins. Yeah, so basically this blast goes in, it blows up a couple of squigs, a couple of goblins, and a bunch of snotlings, and you see 1 or 2 orcs go down as well, so that's going to drop there by a further...
New strat, guys. Protect the cannon.
Alright,
the
that
rest
is...
of them, the cannon can do work.
It is... Let's see, let me just quickly double check something. Steph, you get another round of shooting before we fade back out.
Alrighty. Nice. Right. Let me shoot something.
Your arrow strikes into the crowd, but manages to just go in between a goblin and an orc and lands into the ground.
Blast.
The dwarven pistoliers will need to reload their pistols. So I will make them do a ranged black powder test. That's not going to allow me to do that for some reason. That's really annoying. I'll roll a pistol test, but this is just to see if they reload or not. No. They do, in fact, not manage to reload their pistol. The cannon crew will need to reload the cannon. They have to do quite well here for this to work. They reload the cannon. Okay. The cannon can't fire this turn, but is reloaded and ready to go for the next one.
They go to reload it and it's just already reloaded.
It's already reloaded. They're like,
Oh, there's a third cannonball
Huh?
in there.
Alright, so the crossbowmen are going to attempt to reload their crossbows. They managed to succeed in reloading their crossbows. Marvellous. Okay. That is it for that. We fade back out. Ulrich, what would you be liking to do?
I get the sense that Ulrich would not be a guy who'd be up the back, just like taking pot shots. He'd be up the front with the boys, being like, "All right, lads, come on. Where do I fit in? Make room for all axe thrower." And so I'd like to lead a charge if it's happening.
Do it.
Otherwise, what were the other options?
You can protect, so a powerful ally or weapon must be protected from the enemy. You've not actually engaged lines yet, so at this point you're probably okay. There is a hold this ground, so maybe you've achieved a vantage point that you want to try and hold for a set period of time. There could be a breach in the enemy's line that you want to try and gain a foothold and like split the enemy's forces up. At this point in time, the cannonball made a bit of a breach, but not a huge breach in their line for you to like lead a charge into it. So really, your best options are going to be either to do another bolster action, maybe, or to actually like lead a charge.
Do like march?
Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, yeah, you could do like a march forward and like then, you know, hold a certain point and wait for them to receive the charge, or you can charge yourselves if you want.
I reckon like we would just start walking a little bit forward and being like, "Oh, it's almost time, lads. Wait for that cannon once more." And then as soon as the cannon makes enough room, we're just gonna ride in there.
All right.
All the way and a bit to the right.
Nice. Okay. Well, we will. I guess we'll now do a dramatic power test. So I need to roll a D100 for same time on his current power and reducing their. Okay, all right. So this is going to be for your army. That is a fail.
You dare.
Good.
Don't do this to me, army.
And this is going to be the Orc army. That is a success. No, that's also a fail. No, it's also a fail.
I was gonna say.
Just.
Come on.
It's just a fail.
Ugh.
So that is fine. You do not decrease either, if I'm reading this right. It is reducing their opponents by 10 plus SL. Oh no, okay. So they actually will decrease you by 9, if I'm reading this right. 10 plus SL, so SL in this case is going to be -1. Oh no, it's 0. Yeah, because they're on 30.
If it decreases us by -1, do we go up?
No, as in like it decreases your power level by.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so your power level goes down by 10. Theirs will go down by. What's that?
The arrows, man. The arrows. They're killing us.
Will go down
all.
by 8. So. Minus 10. They're going to go down by minus 8. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, basically, at a certain point, a bunch of grots have all stopped and have started taking fire with arrows, and some of the men have been hit and wounded. We will now roll over to... we've got a regroup phase, where you can all heal if you've taken any damage, which none of you have at this point in time.
I will just use that to recover from my blinded condition.
Yep, that's fine. And if anyone wants to make a healing test, I will say that it will recover wounds to the troops. I'll let Lucian do a healing test, I think.
Yep.
I might do that too.
Yep.
I can do it, but I don't have any advances in
It will just be challenging.
Challenging for me as well?
Yep.
I have some advantage. Yeah, just a regular challenge. Yeah, sure.
Nice. Okay. So that is... I'm going to say that we recover an extra 3 there. So... plus 3. Nice. Okay. Cool. Alright. Well, we're now all over to the start of Battle Round 2. The Orcs are within, I'm going to say, probably 20 feet of your battle line. The lines are about to clash. Some of the crossbowmen have been pulling away wounded soldiers that have been injured in the initial volley between the grots and yourselves. The dwarven cannon crew have reloaded the cannon and are waiting for the command to fire another round. The knights are sort of milling on one side, ready to sort of charge into the flank of the orcs. Who would like to go first?
I'm gonna have Oswald running orders.
Yep.
Between like the cannoneers and captains and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's just what he's gonna be doing.
Yep.
And I'm gonna lead the knights into a charge against the grots with that bow and arrows.
Sure. Alright.
So I flank into them.
Yep. Alright. So, we will do a charge. So you'll gain a point of advantage for having charged. The enemy are also charging, so they also will have a point of advantage when it comes to
Didn't
like.
they stop to start shooting?
Oh, no, that's a good point. Yes, you are attacking the grots. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, so they won't have an advantage. All right. You will strike first then.
Okay, so do I just make a weapon attack?
Um,
Is that what?
Yes, it will just be a standard weapon attack, but you've got one advantage.
Yep. Oh, whoops. I didn't add that advantage properly. There we go. Hopefully this works.
Nice.
Yep.
So you're specifically attacking the grots, or the
Yeah,
By
trying to
grots
take
do you
out
mean
their main- the-
snotlings or goblins?
the goblin? Sorry, the goblin archers.
Yep.
That's
Cool.
what I'm after.
All right.
Stop their archery.
Let's see if they can dodge out of the way of this. I will roll a dodge test. I don't expect them to be able to pull this off somehow. No. Okay, so that is going to be 14 damage. Yeah, 14 damage, which will kill a goblin. So that's another 2 off of this. All right. Sir Percival the Just.
The oust one.
Is going to charge in with his lance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Nails that shit.
I'm just going to say that
Exact.
I'm going to say that dodge roll that the goblins made will stand for all of these attacks. They're taking their aims and shooting, right? So they're not paying attention. I'm not, rather than rolling so many times. So that's going to be 17 damage. So that kills another goblin there. So that's another -2. Things are not looking up for the goblins. The Knight's Panther will then also hit into the flank. They have one of those. Lancers. Let's go, boys. Oh! That is 21 damage? So that kills a couple of grots there, quite comfortably.
And then after that, obviously won't probably happen this round, but we're continuing the charge through to hit orcs or something after.
Marvellous. Okay, well, in this second round of your charge, you'll smash into the side of the orcs. So I will allow you to make your second attack against orcs this time. You now have +2 advantage because...
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Alright, let's see if these
I
orcs...
should just stick to the fucking sword, stop casting magic. Oh, I forgot I have my... Shadow Dagger's probably not very useful on horseback.
Did that not work? That did not work, apparently.
You did not roll, no.
Oh, is it one of those things where it's not... Oh, yeah. That should be... Ouch.
Good times, good times.
Okay, that's... what's that? 17 damage? That injures an orc. So they take a further 1. Sir Percival shall continue on with his lance. That will slay an orc. And the Knight's Panther will also do the same. Oh my god. The Knight's Panther are...
rolling hot.
The Knight's Panther are doing very well.
Yes.
The target number is 80, for fuck's sake.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's 60 with the 2 advantage, so that'll do ya. It's scary.
Night Squad.
Um,
I've redeemed myself after pulling up. I'm like, I'll protect you, and then blinding myself.
all right. We now move over. Who would like to have another go at these orcs?
What do you know? Not gonna let those bloody Night Panthers get away with taking the glory. Come on, you bloody dwarves! I'd like to run in headlong into danger.
Cool. I'm assuming Wolfgang, you also wish to do this with the.
Yeah, I'm going to try and lead a charge with the swordsman.
Perfect. All right, I'll do both of yours at the same time as you're both sort of leading squads
Nice.
forward into battle. So, you gain 1 advantage for charging, but you are charging into the oncoming infantry, which is charging at you, so they also have +1 advantage.
Yep.
Talons.
Can I, like, I don't know, try and go for a maneuver where we charge, but then, like, brace at the last second with the spears or something?
Yeah, maybe instead of a.
Well, it's like you run up and then at the last second you know they're coming for you, so you're like, hold on.
I'll still say that counts as a charge action, but like you're using your knowledge of warfare to what knowledge you have of warfare to be like, okay, we're gonna shield wall and hold this ground here, or
That's kind of it, yeah. We're sort of,
bracing to take the charge as opposed to.
that's it. But running at sort of, baiting them, like running up and tricking them at the last second, being like, good,
Yeah, cool. Okay. All right. Wolfgang, you can take the first swing if you like.
Cool. Can I try my other spell as part of this?
Your
like
prayer?
Sigmar's Fiery Hammer? Yeah, my
Yeah.
prayer, sorry.
You
not
may
spell.
you may indeed.
Sure.
Using your language battle to be like, hold.
That's it,
spears
yeah.
up.
Be like, ready, and now, kind of thing. And Sigmar's Fiery Hammer. Bang, bang, Sigmar's Fiery Hammer came down on their head.
Oh, deals fellowship bonus extra damage.
Yeah.
And they are knocked down and set on fire.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Tasty.
Delicious.
All right. Well, you may swing your fiery hammer.
Right. We roll badly. Oh, there we go, nice.
All right. The orcs is. They also have 1 advantage. They are going to. Yeah, they're gonna do one of these. Oh goodness, they fail. Cool. All right. Well, that's what's the difference there?
Is it just me, or is like middle of it really washed out with color? Like the middle of the things for me are like really pale.
What do you mean?
Like, in that side, the scrolling sidebar with all the skills coming out, and the rolling, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I can't read like the middle of it because it's got this white flare in the middle of everything.
That's
I
weird.
think your con is just too high. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I can see what you mean, but it's not.
Yeah,
high
you know,
enough
that's
for
right. It
me.
must be. Yeah, I'm just trying to see where I can alter that because like my screen contrast is very much fine.
It's weird.
Yeah. That's right. I'll tinker around with it. All good. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a large number of damage.
It is a large number of damage. That is what 10 plus 6, so 16 plus your
Plus
fellowship bonus.
3. Yeah, so
So 19.
plus 3, 19.
That kills an orc.
Yeah, cool.
Lower that shit by 2, son.
Down it comes. Things are getting
Does
dire.
that gain more advantage or not? The advantage is just for the charging.
No, you gain another point of advantage.
Sick.
Let's see. The Grimhagen swordsman will make an attack. See how they go. If it ever decides to load. Right. Oops. I need to add in their advantage. Otherwise, what even is the point? Nice.
Almost.
They will be running at some orcs. So let's see if they do any better. Oh, they do succeed there. Glorious.
I mean, fair enough.
Oh, why am I to roll that again? My apologies. They should have been the same from before, so ignore that. Yeah, I'm just going to say the one roll that serves all. Alright, Ulrich, it is your yours there. You're leading in the dwarves.
Hey. Come on, boys. We make the sound of the Space Marine from the start of Dawn of War 1. It's just like
So
I thought that was the sound of the orc from Dawn of War 1.
as you as the Grimhagen swordsman, being humans with longer strides than you, hit the orcs first and deal some damage. Sort of break in the line opens and you can see a straight path through to the orc big boss.
oh, you fucking know it. You fucking know it. There is no way Ulrich is like, oh, I'll just go for a normal chump when he's so arrogant. He's like, oh, I'm gonna get that big boy, alright? Come here, you big fucker. I'm gonna run on him and try to smack him with my great axe.
Do it.
Alright, here we go. Great axe. Challenging?
Challenging.
Oh, yeah. Woo!
Okay.
Let's go.
He's going to attempt to parry it with his own massive cleaver.
I can fucking try. I'm goddamn. Oh, you fool!
Only just.
Wow.
Christ, maybe I did get myself just something a bit bigger than me.
All
How
right.
tall are you? Because he's like 7 foot. So
He's
like,
7
he
foot.
twice your height.
Actually, he is a large creature. He is considered large.
You get bonuses to hitting him.
You get bonus to hit him. So that actually increases your
When?
that was
Plus
plus 3. So it's a success
Three.
plus 3. Yeah, it's plus 10 to hit things bigger than you.
Oh, nice. So yeah, plus 3. So 12, in fact.
12. Roll for me, please. A d10.
Easy money.
Okay.
Boom.
Okay. He takes
Boom.
some damage.
Oh. Got your hack.
Straight up,
Damage.
straight up, just run on in and just be like, "How's this for a fucking shot, money?" Hack his knee.
Yeah.
Or just get in his torso.
The two dwarves to the side of you put the flat of their axes out and you leap off the axes.
Ah! Do I get an advantage from that bit?
You do indeed.
Nice.
Your
Headbutt the orc.
dwarven axes who have charged in with you, they will also strike at the same guy. See if they can.
Snug the keen.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Nice.
He takes another bit of damage. He's got quite a bit of health, in fairness, so he's all right.
Makes sense.
I did 12 damage to him, and he's like, "Nah, fuck it."
Yeah, he can soak. Oh, actually, tell a lie, Nick. You did a single wound to him.
Oh fuck! What?
Yeah. And
He's
they
spicy, yeah, cool.
they did, was that a 11 damage? They actually didn't cause any wounds to him at all. My apologies.
Ah, fuck.
Doesn't
Okay.
your axe have some sort of thing for penetrating?
Oh, if I'm charging, you're absolutely right. I keep forgetting this because I never fucking charge. I have hack
Mm-hmm.
and impact.
Okay, so hack,
Hack is
that
hack is
removes
the one
armor
that
by 1.
destroys- Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm sure he has a lot of armor.
Yeah.
But
So it destroys one piece of armor by 1 point, as well as wounding the target.
Mm-hmm.
And impact is the fun one that adds the unit dice, I think. On a successful hit, add the result of the unit's die of the attack roll to any damage caused by an impact weapon, which in
Okay.
this case is
Would be
another 4.
4. Okay, so another 4, or
Yeah, an
Just-
additional 4. So
Okay.
it's 12 and then
it's just on the first strike.
okay. All right. So that means that he would take a further
4.
4 wounds. Okay. So he is. Let me just get his character sheet up, and he takes. But your dwarves fail to penetrate his armor.
Oh, come on, lads, don't let me down now.
They're like a whippersnipper group at his ankles. A group of Tasmanian devils or whatever.
Gehenna,
Yes. Can I shoot more things?
you may in fact shoot some more things.
I'd like to shoot more things. It's kind of challenging.
Challenging.
I don't shoot the things.
Nope, your arrow zings through. Actually, that is a crit fail technically. So, we will.
That doesn't sound good.
48. Come on, where's my oops table? Oops table, 48. Okay, you misjudge your maneuver. Your next action will have a penalty of -10, so the next thing you do will be a difficult action. So your shot goes wide. The crossbowmen successfully reloaded, didn't they not? I think they did.
Yeah, I think it was just
I think-
the dwarvens that didn't.
Yeah. Oh, except for the cannon. The cannon did. The cannon absolutely nailed it.
No, the dwarves are the only ones that failed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so the crossbows are going to take some shots. Nope, the crossbows wing off into fire a volley of quarrels. Most ping off of armor or shields and fail to do any real damage. The cannon is going to line up another shot.
Cannon, cannon, cannon.
Oh!
Oof!
Oh! This cannon!
Oof!
MVP.
Absolute dominatrix.
Or rather, Grand.
Grand.
I just hope they don't hit the war boss because a lot of dwarves
Yeah.
died this day.
Alright, so let's see. What do they shoot at? 5. Alright, so it zings through the lines and it impacts directly on the grot leader. Sorry, the goblin leader. Just obliterating him. Just pulverizing him entirely.
Amazing.
However, he was right near the orc war boss at the time, and because it's got a blast radius of 3, it actually injures quite a few things around it. So, the dwarves and Ulrich are all going to have to take some dodge tests if you want to avoid being whacked by this thing.
And this is just shrapnel, right? It's not.
Yeah. You will still take the full damage if you don't dodge this though,
Yeah, alright.
because it's an explosion essentially.
Yeah, okay. And it's just challenging, yeah?
Yep.
Here we go! Ah, fuck!
Okay. That's a lot of damage, Nick.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage.
I think that's 32 damage.
32?
Hmm.
Oh, okay, so I actually am okay. I think, if I do my maths right, because it's... Hang on, let me get a calculator. Okay, so it's 32.
Have you got a maths degree?
Oh yeah, so I know how to use a calculator.
Mate, so good.
Okay, so my toughness bonus is 5. I have 4 things of body armor, which still leaves me with 23 damage. So I go down. That's... Yep.
Cool.
You don't have like any more fortune.
No, I haven't got any
Fate?
fortune. I've got fate. But that's if I die, I think.
Okay.
Let me have a look at fate.
The dwarven axes will also make an attempt to dodge this.
You could what's the way? Is it fate? You can just choose to pass something, so you could
Yeah.
just.
You could just choose.
Or is it the other one?
Hang on, let me. Cheeky
Fortune, I think, is the
No,
one you
it's
burn.
fate.
Oh my god!
When
How
I
did that
fate,
miss?
You burn, yeah.
How your character completely avoids the incoming damage by some extraordinary fluke. Sir, I would like to avoid all incoming damage from the cannon shrapnel.
Sure. Okay.
32 damage, get fucked.
Just ignored. Okay. The dwarves, however, are not so lucky. They lose 3 of their numbers from that.
Oh no. I
Um,
now no longer have any fate, which means I don't think I ever get to use fortune ever again.
Yeah. You can earn it back, but
Yeah. Jesus. The GM describes how you survive after spending a fate point.
well, okay, so it's one of those miraculous things. You know how there's all those
Like how
hilarious like
Aragorn's on top of the wall when it explodes.
yeah, exactly,
In
or
Helm's Deep.
like a building gets blown over, but somehow a vase with like a precious vase is somehow unharmed in amongst all of the destruction. This massive cannonball explodes the goblin war leader next to the orc war boss, who actually he needs to dodge this as well, otherwise he's taking some damage.
maybe in your attack against the war boss, you got to the other side of the blast and he took it all.
Yeah, I just went under the legs while the other guys were in front.
Yeah.
I'm like, good off. Oh, alright.
So he takes a decent chunk of damage as well from that.
Good.
Oh, he can soak quite a bit. He still takes.
So fucking 11 damage.
Yeah, he can soak a lot, but he still takes quite a bit of damage there. Yeah, so you just somehow miraculously, like, the orc war boss takes the brunt of that damage, and you just happen to be in that sort of cone of well, his body mass literally just blocks all the damage that would have been coming towards you. But dwarves on either side of you just like topple.
It was shielded by the orc's dong.
Mighty phallus.
Am I just
That's
holding...
true. They are a mushroom. They are like a fungus. Oh no, mind you, in fantasy, are they?
I don't think they
I
are
don't
in
know
fantasy.
I don't know. Yeah.
Am I just holding my axe just right so that
think
everything
there's
can
the-
come in?
The female and male orcs just look the same.
I didn't see it.
It's the beards.
That's it.
All right. Well, I will do an action for Lucian as well. Lucian is behind the lines, trying to heal up some of the men who have been injured. So I'm going to get him to do a law medicine test, which he fails. So unfortunately, one of the soldiers slips away. Reducing that by another 2. Okay. Alright, it is time for a dramatic power test. Let's see what happens. I think it might be a foregone conclusion at this point, but let's see. Okay, so that is for your army. Oh, wow, okay, so the orcs reduce your power by...
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because
what are they on? They're on 5. So they reduce it by 10. However, you guys fail it by... Or now by 3. So
Did you count our bonus speeches at the first round?
Oh, I did not. Okay, you actually would be...
That was in the first round, though. Not
It would
this
be the first round only,
Yeah.
but that should
Yeah.
put you
I just
back
thought
to
that
where
might
you...
have changed our first round.
No,
result.
so that's a good point because it would have bumped you up and then knocked you
Yeah.
back down again. So you would actually only
Yeah.
be at 40 now.
Cool.
That is a good pickup. Thank you for that.
That's alright.
That means that you only fail that by 2 success levels, which means that they take 8 damage. And at the end of that battle, or the end of that round of the battle, the orcs are broken. Their war boss, or their big boss, has taken a lot of damage, and he calls a retreat. And those few orcs that are not already slain join the orc boss in retreating away from the battle, back up towards the dwarven hold. Do you give chase?
You fucking know I do.
Yeah.
Alright.
He is not getting away that easily.
We enter the 3rd round. So the orcs are in a rout. They are heading back towards the the dwarven hold of Karak Khazarak. You're wounded. Actually, that's a good point. At the end of the previous round, you would get to do some healing. So everyone who has taken damage, literally just Ulrich, can make an endurance test,
Well, I mean,
or you can drink a healing draft.
I'm still on full health because I miraculously got away with
That's a good point. Yeah, that's right.
taking no damage.
Okay, I will say that Lucian does a healing test to see if he can save any of the soldiers. Anyone else would like to do that as well? They may do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm seeing red now.
Oh,
I've got my
actually,
fiery
I mean,
hammer. I'm charging forward.
Yep.
I'm leading the men. I mean,
I don't
not
think
completely
I
insanely,
technically
but
could,
Yeah,
because I'm with the.
because you're with the cavalry. Yeah.
charging with the horse. Yeah.
All right. Well, Lucian attempts to heal them up, fails, so another soldier slips away in that process. So,
I could. I don't know if Oswald has. I don't think he does. I'll just check. He can do a heal, yeah.
yeah, see if Oswald can do a heal. Oh, very nice. Well,
Legend.
I will put that back up by 1. He manages to heal. So one of the soldiers does slip away, but you manage to heal one of the others. So, there we go.
Come on. Baptism by fire for Oswald.
yeah, here's a war with orcs
Yeah.
Yeah.
to prove yourself as
To-
my apprentice.
Yeah. Good luck.
That's why I'm having him participate in the battle.
Yeah.
Right, so the orcs are en route. They are heading back up the valley towards the entrance. Your forces rally together and start charging after them, giving chase. You're not letting them get away that easily. The cavalry starts riding down some of the rear ranks of snotlings. But it is uphill after all, so and they have a bit of an advantage. So you're charging uphill, you're running down some of the snotlings and maybe the odd goblin or so. The infantry charging as fast as they can behind. Who would like to take the first swing at this point?
I think my cavalry and I will just be harassing them as they're retreating, trying to we're not trying to engage because we'd be way further ahead.
Yeah.
But just harassing, striking and fading out, so that trying to slow their retreat.
Yep, easy. Make for me, please, a ride horse test. Average. Nice. Cool. You're because you've got a war horse, don't you? You don't have a regular riding horse. You have a war horse, so your horse is trained for this. So your horse responds to what you're trying to get it to do, and the knights, who are obviously all trained for this, they're all in lockstep with you. They're sort of, swooping in, catching an orc at the back, and then doing a loop, and then coming back and doing almost like figures of 8 at the back of the orcs' ranks, just sort of picking off the guys on the wings.
Yep.
The rest of you leading the infantry. Are you just continuing your charge up the slope?
Probably. I was just trying to think if there's any kind of maneuver I could sort of try and make. I mean, they're ahead of us, sort of. I mean, I was again sort of want to try and cut them off from the dwarven, thing.
If you can get ahead of them somehow,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know if making an all-out sprint to try and get in front of them.
Yeah.
Let me have a quick look. Let me just look at the stats for movement.
Or we might just start keep trying to attack them, I guess.
Yeah, I was trying to slow them, but there's only 5 of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna just attack them. I think we'll just keep attacking them.
Yep.
And harrying them and pressing them, I guess.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
well, same thing. I'll get you to do just a standard attack.
Yeah, cool. Because I mean, we were engaged with them, so like.
Yeah.
Now, I just click Warhammer, don't I? Because it just seemed like.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ow.
Bother.
Bother.
Jesus, by one. Literally by one. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, they're running away.
They're
so-
running away, so...
Yeah. That's my
Um,
advantage gun.
Ulrich.
Back here, you fucking big boy! And I'll run in after the big boss. He's not getting away from me. He's not getting away from me. Given that he's running, could I attempt to charge him because he's running away?
You can make an attempt if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to attempt to charge the big boss and be all like, "Come on, lads!" to the remaining dwarven lads still in the battle. Yeah.
Alright.
Could I gain an additional advantage before hitting him with my great axe? You can't see my eyebrows, but they are going crazy.
I'm sure they are. Alright, well, wacky stick.
Do I get the advantage from the charge?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Here we go. Oh. It's tight. Very tight. Oh! Oh!
It's close. Roll for me, please, a d10. Ooh.
Oh boy.
That was close.
Boy.
That is...
And I am charging.
Yep.
So it's 11, 12, 14 damage to him.
14 damage.
And
He-
I hack off another piece of armor from him.
Okay, so he can soak 10 of that.
Oh, God, fucking damn it.
He's got a toughness of 75.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Orcs.
Orcs.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he takes 4 damage.
Okay. Yes, 4 damage, yeah. To be
Delightful.
fair, I've got a toughness of 53, so he's only a little tougher than me.
He is actually going to attack you back.
Well-
You've annoyed him now.
I've gained his ire.
Your life fire.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna try and parry him off with my great axe. Get some. Fucking get some.
Okay. All right. He fails. Johanna, are you leading the sort of ranged combatants further in?
Yeah. Pretty much. More longbows, boys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, you managed to strike and shoot down an orc who is retreating. I'm going to say that the cannon, it's now too risky to... he's after seeing the damage that he was done to his own ranks last time, he's not going to risk taking another shot into the melee again.
Go hard or go home.
But the pistoliers will take a shot and the crossbows will take a shot. So the pistoliers are gonna take a pot shot. Their shots go wide or ping off of armor.
My boys.
The crossbowmen will take some shots. A rain of quarrels thuds into some goblins and mows them down. The goblins will return fire. Those who have stopped and turned to shoot back, their arrows fall shy. Burgil Ironbeard will take a shot as well with his pistol. he also manages to miss. Alright. Let's see. Is that everyone? Just about? Oh, I'll get Lucian to do another heal test at the back. See if he can't heal up some more soldiers. It'll be a little medicine test. No. Sadly not. Alright. So the orcs, at the end of that fight, basically, they retreat back into the depths of Karak Khazarak. Hiker, you with the knights are the first to reach the entrance portal to the hole itself.
Will tell us. Oh, I mean, I'm sure Sir Percival as well, but we'll halt.
Yes. Yeah, so you pull up as you reach sort of the entrance causeway. There once was a moat here, but it has subsequently been dammed and it's dried out. So there is a bit of a bridge that leads over a chasm. It's not a particularly deep chasm, but a chasm nonetheless. And you sort of halt on the just on the bridge area just before heading into the actual mouth of the keep itself. From what you can see, there is desecration everywhere. There is piles of old bones just tossed around. There is a line of pike or spikes out the front with the heads of like the sort of skeletal dwarven's heads just mounted on them.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Very not cool.
Yeah, it's not a good time. I'm going to move us back to here now for the time being. And we can probably fade this glorious playlist out as the battle sort of comes to a close. The knights reach the entrance to Karak Khazarak first, and probably about a minute or so later, the infantry catches up behind. I'd like all of the characters to make some perception tests.
Cool.
Is it a challenging perception test?
Just a challenging perception test, yep.
Oh!
Wow.
Ulrich is on fire. He's trying to beat out his previous failing from the last. Oh, fuck. Fucking yo.
I'll do one for Lucian as well.
So perceiving.
Much percept. No? No perception for Lucian? Interesting. There we go. Cool. Alright. So, Johanna, are you smelling? Or are you just looking with your eyes?
I'm just looking with my special eyes.
Okay, cool. You can see, as I mentioned before, all the desecration and defilement by the orcs. But you can see underneath it the bones of what was once a majestic dwarven edifice. The sort of entryway, like these, I guess, rather elegantly carved sort of stone columns rising up out of the ground itself, forming the rock has sort of been sculpted. So it's like rock initially and looks like sort of jagged, sort of unkept, what's the word I'm looking for? Unpolished rock, yeah, unhewn. There we go. Yeah. But as it sort of sweeps up, they form into the dwarven gods Grimnir and Grungni, flanking the entrance. And obviously, the bottom areas of these sort of flanking statues are what appear to be mostly desecrated and defiled. But the further up you get towards the towering entrance, the actual tops of these statues are largely untouched. Ulrich, with your perception tests, you also spot these statues. You are filled with a racial pride.
Yeah. Okay, let's call it racial pride, shall we? Let's call it. Let's.
That's the okay kind.
It's the okay kind, because we are in a world where
Right.
multiple different species exist together. So,
There you go.
They have
Let's call
magical, biological difference from each other.
I feel somewhat saddened at the rest of the whole state of all this, though.
yes, certainly.
Looks-
And the fact that you weren't able to completely wipe out the greenskins, like you put them into a rout, but they have just disappeared deeper into the hold.
Those bastards.
So once you have arrived there, you take a moment to catch your breath. So Percival sort of dismounts and says, "That was well done. An excellent battle. Managed to rout the foul greenskins."
I was impressed.
Hey, that was hey, and he just Ulrich just has like 1,000-yard stare, being like, hey, alright.
Sergeant Ulrichson says, "Aye, it's a good thing we've managed to make a footing into the actual hole itself. I know we're only on the precipice, but if we can fortify this area, we can make sallies forth into the hold and try and clear it with time and resources."
Hey.
Perhaps we could do a scouting party.
Indeed,
There.
that's not a bad idea. And at this point, Ironbeard chimes in and says, I'll send word back to Middenheim to get the Engineers Guild to bring up some masons and some engineers to start building some fortifications here, whilst we delve deeper into this ruin."
We don't want to lose the ground we have just gained.
Hey.
So, at the end of that, you guys did quite well.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Once the combat started, the rolling was pretty good.
Yeah, everyone rolled quite hot, and I rolled pretty poorly for the orcs, so that didn't quite help. But
And amazingly for the knights.
I did amazing. Yeah, the knights were, the knights and the cannon were very much the MVPs.
Yes.
Oh my
That
god, that
cannon.
cannon. Jesus.
I mean, the thing with the cannon, right, is it's technically designed for siege warfare. It's for shooting at walls.
Yeah.
And orcs are squishier than walls.
Orc noggins may be pretty thick, but they are ultimately squishier. Yes.
Yeah. They are runnier than wall.
But to be fair, not that far gone from a wall, given they have fucking 75 toughness. Like, Jesus.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
There's a
insane.
lot of-
he
there's a
was a
lot.
beast. He was fun to roll him up. I wanted to make him a bit more challenging, but he couldn't fucking land a blow, could he?
No.
No, 'cause-
Thankfully.
Yeah,
Phew.
because yeah, he had penetrating on his cleaver, which I think, from memory, ignores armor to a point.
It does. ignore armor.
It ignores non-metal armor points, and the first the first point of all other armor.
Oh,
Whoa.
So
that's rude.
Jesus.
yeah, I would have done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I think he was rolling. Hang on, I've got his stat sheet up still. He is needing. He's got a target of 70 to beat. So yeah, he would have done all right. Can I get each of you, now that the sort of the fight has ended, to make for me, please, a average cool test?
Yeah,
Average.
that's not gonna fucking happen, buddy. Let me tell you that right now.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Nice.
Well, sounds about right.
Oh,
Like it's one of my best stats.
alright.
I'd best do one for Lucian as well. Oh, Lucian, no.
Oh, Lucy.
I'll have Lucian spend a point of fortune and re-roll that, because that doesn't seem like something he wants to do. Okay, just succeeds. All right. What is your willpower bonus, Steph?
My willpower bonus is. That's WP, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
3.
3. Okay. Give me just 1 second. I'm getting a phone call, of all things.
Oh.
I'll be back in a moment.
At this hour?
At this hour, I know.
Sacked. Fire them. It'll be some snotty teenager calling him about some work.
Oh.
Always.
What's happening? Oh, that's right. He took a call.
Yeah.
Then we all kind of zoned out.
And then we were just kind of,
We're all just waiting.
that's it.
Just
10
chilling.
into our seats.
intensely
No.
I started playing MTG Arena. I just started playing it again.
Oh yeah.
How's it
Sometimes.
going?
so good.
All right.
God, I haven't played Magic in so long.
I know. That's why I started
Same.
playing it again.
Nice. Yeah, I've said I fired up my Age of Empires. I haven't played Age of Empires in so long.
True. I know. The Total War 3 DLC came out today.
Right. Well, that was unexpected.
Are they sacked?
No, it was all right.
Ah.
Right. Steph, you said 3, yes?
Yes, I did say 3.
Okay. I'm going to say that you're going to develop a psychological event from this. Let's see now. Okay, I'm going to say you will be subject to the psychology trauma.
Fair. I saw a massive orc dog and I'll never be the same. Alright, whereabouts do I write that down?
So on your character sheet, let me just pop up your character sheet so I can see what's going
On
on.
the main page.
It's on the main page down towards the bottom right, I think, from memory. There should be a psychology bit. And so you can write in trauma. And your trauma is going to be cannon fire.
Yep. Any modifiers, target rating?
Let's see. So what I'm going to say it's going to be is if you so if you witness or hear any cannon fire, you need to pass a challenging cool test. If you fail, you'll be subject to the broken condition.
That's gonna put a real dent in my plans of being a pirate.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Oh well.
There is a means by which you can heal psychological trauma.
Oh good.
Which I have detailed in here. There is an endeavor that you can take. Yeah, there is an endeavor that you can take called recuperation.
Okay.
But there are some very specific parameters for you to be able to undertake the recuperation endeavor. You have to be in a sort of area where you can have no distractions, no outside influences that will harm your mental well-being. Be that in like an actual like hospital or doctor's facility. There is a place outside of Altdorf, I believe, called the Great Retreat or the Great Hospice, where people can go and be treated for psychological ailments, or you could go and spend time at a monastery or a temple. So basically, you require concerted effort to make at rest and self-reflection, attempting to find what peace you can in a world with little care. You will need to pass a very hard cool test.
Yes.
If you succeed, you can remove one chosen psychology. However, if you fail, you are better for having confronted your troubles, which means that the next time you have to make a cool test in regards to your psychology, you can reverse it if it will make it a pass.
The like units numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, this dramatic music is, I think, potentially a bit much now. It's a touch too dramatic. Let's have some windswept plains. That sounds appropriate.
Alright.
Cool. Okay. Right. So you have made a beachhead into Karak Khazarak.
Cool.
Would any of you care to do anything further at this point? Are you wanting to rest and recover? Are you wanting to go back to Middenheim with the some of the dwarves to return with the engineers to start setting up a proper fortification here? Or are you wanting to continue into Karak Khazarak and try and track down the foul beasties that you just fought, and see if you can't clear them out of the dark, dank places of the world?
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I was sort of thinking we'd go and, you know, they set up their little fortress beachhead. We could go and, you know, alpha strike this asshole orc, maybe.
I
was
mean,
thinking
we
exactly
could-
the same thing.
We could just look for the metal we're looking for, and if we happen to come across him,
But there's that too.
I don't want to find any more orcs down here. I feel like we should hunt them down. Surely.
Well, the Burgil, the dwarven captain, says, I think it's not a bad idea if you guys at least make a scouting mission and to see how bad the damage is inside, and to see if you can find any strongholds of these orcs. For all we know, they could just be at the surface levels of the hold, and deeper down, the hold remains largely untouched. I doubt it. They've been here for hundreds of years. I imagine they've probably corrupted and destroyed a large part of the hold entirely. But if we can certainly make an effort to see what's going on in there, that'd be grand.
I believe that aligns with our mission or
Yeah.
our goals.
Hey,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright,
let's fucking do it.
so...
Obviously, we need to take great care.
Sorry?
I said, obviously, we need to take great care.
Yes.
I suppose.
Alright, well... You head into the Dwarven Hold. It is... once you get in through the main entrance, it gets quite dark quite quickly. So those of you with lanterns may wish to light those.
Yep. Will
The
do so.
Stormy boy.
Do.
The
Stormiest boys.
the solitary dwarf who has night vision is like, well, my night vision
Blinded by the
is now
light.
rooted.
Oh,
It's
some
telling
fucking
us
respect.
we have night vision.
Yes.
You can go ahead and scout ahead of us.
Alright then,
That's
I think
true.
I may very well do that. Guys, bad boy, I have night vision. I'm gonna move just a little bit ahead of everyone else because I am a dwarf and I'm incredible.
You're not digging a hole though, so
True, not doing a hole, but I do have night vision, so
All right. So you make your way into sort of the main, I guess, sort of entry causeway of the hold. The broken remains of statues sort of line this causeway as you head deeper and deeper in. There's large amounts of evidence of desecration, and there's piles of bones or rusted pieces of armor lying around, and there's filth piled up in corners. It looks like what would have been sort of like a like a ditch that ran either side of this causeway has been just used as a communal latrine. It's pretty foul.
Yucky boy.
The orcs have very much defiled this place. As you head deeper in, you anyone who would like to make a hearing-based perception test may do so.
What about smelling?
You may make a smelling-based perception test if you wish, but I will say that it's going to be at -10 due to the foul smells that are coming from around you.
Fair enough.
Well, I can't hear shit because I have a broken ear, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
I could smell shit.
20 it is.
Oh my
You
god!
have got to be shitting me.
Oh my
This
god!
is incredible. That's rude.
All right.
Is it difficult for me, or
If you're making just a hearing-based perception test, it will be just challenging. It's only difficult for Ulrich because he's got shit hearing.
Oh wow!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm alert after that combat.
I'm just like dwarf weeping all over the place.
I'll get Lucian to make one as well.
Oh, boo.
Nah, he also fails.
Might work.
All right, so Johanna, your scent-based perception test, you can smell when you start filtering out the sort of reek of the open latrines nearby. You can smell the scent of the orcs that you were fighting before. You can smell the orc blood, fresh orc blood, ahead of you and down. The Ulrich, you can hear their retreating footsteps again ahead of you and down, deeper into the hold.
Oh, I can hear them, lads.
Hiker, you can hear that not only are they deeper into the hold, but you can hear the chittering of other voices. Some of them appear to be goblin or snotlings. Some of them are more bestial. You're not sure what they are. There is one very deep sort of basso sound that you hear in amongst all of that, but you cannot place what it would be.
I'll relay that.
Did I?
All right. I'm assuming you continue onwards.
Hey. Oh, hey.
Cool. All right. So you continue down this causeway and you go down a short flight of stairs, and you come to what appears to be almost like a market square type situation. There are 6 roads that lead off from this in different directions. Some that remain on the same level, others descend deeper. The scent and hearing-based perception test that Johanna and Ulrich made won't determine where that sound is coming from any further than here, or where that smell is coming from any further than here. Hiker, with the test that you got, you're getting a range of sounds coming from the 2 corridors to your left. One remains at the same level, one goes deeper.
Okay. So the sound continues that way, but this sounds like it heads further down. Which way do we go? Well, don't give me all your ideas at once.
Well, I don't know. Let's just look. Why don't you lead the way, Hiker? It'll be fine, right?
Yes, because that goes well.
Right, fine.
normally.
Then tell me which direction to go, eh? Which
It
one?
is your ancient home. Surely you must have some kind of sense memory of the place.
Alright, dwarves don't work that way, alright? You watch your fucking tongue, young man, alright?
Well then, maybe I will go first with Sigmar's faith.
I think.
Alright, fine. You go first then, man.
Well,
Fine, I'll start
do
doing it.
dwarves build? I mean, you should know. Do they build up into mountains or down into mountains? Where would the vault be?
It all goes up, down, left, right, you know. You can never quite know. It all depends on who you're talking to, lad.
You can make Ulrich a law dwarves test for this.
I would love to do this.
I want to say challenging. It's been a while since you've lived in a hold.
You know, there's no good way of knowing, you know? It could be anywhere.
Alex, I'm going to say that Wolfgang can also make a test on this as well.
Okay.
You don't have Lord
Sure.
Dwarves, do you?
No.
No. Okay, I'm just going to make it a standard intelligence test.
Okay.
You are a dwarf weeb, so I would think that you might know the answer.
Oh, sure. And this is int, not I, isn't it?
That's int, yes.
Yeah. Challenging.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a crit success.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
I'm not that bright. I'm not particularly clever, but
You are a weeb.
I'm just like fucking. Well, actually, I think you're fine. Dwarves. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
The period dwarven anime comes from. The
yes.
hold of. Yeah.
So you happen to know that dwarven holds will sort of form the shape of whatever mountains that they are built into. So they will both go up and down.
They're like a gas. They expand to fit the
Expand like a gas. They'll expand to fill the space. Exactly.
Excellent. Yep. Cool. Well, I explained that it will fill the mountain. You know, the entire mountain is the whole.
So there is no preference for up or down.
No,
straight
both,
ahead.
both directions is. You know, but it will be both directions at once. You know, yep, and will be helpful.
I pull out a coin. Heads right. On the right of the left tunnels.
Yep.
Tails will be the other one. So heads will be 1. Left will be 2.
I'm actually gonna, while you start doing that, I'm actually gonna like kneel and pray. Just seeking guidance from Sigma.
Yeah.
Slash.
What do you want me to do? Like, I guess it's to then make like an intuition or something. But I'm gonna pray first.
Yeah.
Do you want me to roll a skill or just do it? Or
Yeah, look, roll a pray test. It's not going to be like you're doing a prayer, but I'll get you to roll a pray test anyway. We'll see how successful you are.
what? Just against challenge? Or just against neutral?
You are inside a dwarven hold, and dwarves play an important part of your religion's faith. I'm going to say it's going to be average.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All good.
You pray to Sigma to
Give me some insight.
give you insight into the maker's holds, and he is not forthcoming.
That's fine.
So was that the left of the two paths, Steve?
Yes.
The leftmost of the
Which
two paths?
I believe is down.
It is down. That is correct.
Yes. So we are going down.
All right. So you head on down.
The coin has spoken.
The coin has spoken. I mean, you can't do better than that.
It's safe.
I mean, Ranald is, a valid god.
Indeed, he is. So you make your way down. The paths, you will note, are all fairly straight, and whatever corners there are, they are right angles. They're not sort of gradual curves. Everything about this hold so far has been somewhat geometric. There's nothing flowing about them, really. Very dwarfish.
That'd be ale, right? Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Another
What's your
glass
tongue, Chris
dwarf,
boy?
Karen.
And you make your way down this corridor, and then down a flight of stairs, and you then sort of go around a corner and down yet another flight of stairs. So you feel like by the time you come to the end of this stairs, you are essentially underneath the corridor that you first walked down.
Yeah, nice.
And this appears to be, I'm going to say, almost like a residential area, or was a residential area. There appears to be a number of sort of houses on either side of this sort of road that you appear to be on. Can I get you all to make for me, please, perception tests?
Challenging.
Yeah, just challenging.
Including me.
Including you.
Hey.
What the fuck was that sound? Oh.
Okay. Right, so we had 1 fail, 2 fail, 3 fail, and there were 2 impressive fails as well. Okay, only marginal successes. Alright, as you moving through this area, you Johanna and Lucian are able to sort of see that the desecration through here is worse than what it was in the previous level. Evidently, the orcs didn't really go up to the entrance of the hold very often, only to shit, essentially. The houses appear to be in much worse disrepair than the previous causeway that you were on before. The dwarvish runes that have been like carved into the doorways, or had been painted onto roof tiles or door frames or whatever, have been sort of hacked at and chipped away, and like crude orcish characters have been painted on over the top of them. Some with some sort of paint, others with what appears to be blood or shit or some other fluid that you're not sure of. The 2 of you who passed, you can hear vaguely that there are sounds still coming deeper into the complex itself. Now, are you wanting to go and like try and search through all these various different houses whilst you're here, or are you just trying to find the orcs and finish them off?
Probably do a little bit of searching.
Time for
Yeah.
this lesson.
Feel like the main reason is to try and find the gold or the metal
Yeah.
that we're after.
That's right. Yeah.
Is it? Would we think that it could be in these houses, or we have no idea?
You would have no clue at all.
Oh.
I mean,
The only person
I'm
who
here to assist Ulrich to discover the secrets of his lost clan in Karak Khazarak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would I be
I'm
able
little
to
ways
do?
Yeah, so that would make sense to search.
I guess there's two things, right? One is, could I check Lord Dwarves to see, hey, maybe in Karak Khazarak they would have stored some Gromril in houses, or metallurgy, or geology. Actually, all of these are kind of lining up quite nicely. To just say, actually, if we were looking for Gromril, it wouldn't be here, it'd be lower down, or like. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Lord Dwarves is probably your best start for that one.
Okay.
So make for me an average Lord Dwarves test.
Okay.
Based on what you roll will determine whether or not the other party members will need to roll anything.
Ooh. Well, it's not good.
Well, it's not terrible though.
It's not awful.
It's not
but
awful.
It's not good.
So you have an inkling that you're not going to find any Gromril here. You feel like it's going to be deeper in, or more like probably connected to a smithy than just general houses. But as for like finding information about your family, well, you're not sure. There might be something here. There might not.
It's just like a. Well, there's probably not Gromwell here. There might be, lads. You know, not to say there wouldn't be any. We don't know.
So, armed with that knowledge, the rest of you may make some tests to see if you want to try and like search through the houses for anything in particular. So whether or not you're looking for Gromril, or if you're looking for any books that might have information relating to Ulrich's family history.
Yeah, I guess I want to sort of investigate the ruins, see if there's like, you know, the whole, they go inside and Boromir pulls the arrow out of the dwarf's skull and, you know, this is no mine, it's a tomb, etc.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, you know, like books that Ori wrote, or whatever his name was. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to sort of investigate, a la crime scene-y kind of investigate, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
You know, like not so much looking for loot, but looking for evidence and stories.
I'm going to say in that case, let's do evaluate tests.
Can I like improve his check by like helping?
Sure. Okay, that will make it an average check as opposed to a challenging check. Nice.
Yeah, just.
Okay. You hunt around, and in the first couple of houses you look in, there's not a great deal to be found. It looks like whatever had been, whatever like books or tablets that had been there had been destroyed or defaced or whatever. You do happen to find a couple of loose pages that aren't damaged, but it's all written in Khazalid, which you can't read.
No.
But you show them to.
I will reverently, like, you know, take them out to show them to Ulrich.
Yeah, Ulrich also can't read, but he recognised that as Khazalid at the very least.
Yes, I did remember that.
So,
I'm going to very carefully put them in, like, leaf them in between the pages of my religious tome.
Excellent. Okay.
So that they are kept safe in a book.
Sure. You can add that you have 2 pages of ancient Dwarven text.
Cool.
But that's all you find in the...
Just note for an engineering exam, right?
Yeah, probably. Or it could be just a recipe for stone soup, you know.
Yeah.
Or it's a birthday card. You don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah.
You continue. Well, yeah. So you don't find anything in those handful of houses that you look in, and most of the things that you do find have been defaced or defiled, or there's nothing salvageable there. So armed with the knowledge that the sounds are deeper in, do you continue deeper in?
I mean, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'll
Alright.
Follow.
So you wander down along this road, and you come to a fountain in sort of a not a proper town square. I guess it's a conjunction of roads from different directions, and at the centerpiece of this road is a fountain, which is still bubbling. I don't know if anyone would care to test the water or not.
Would be
What
alcoholic.
else? What else is in the room?
It's more of the same. So, like piles of burnt parchment or books or something. You're not sure what, piled up in various different sort of corners of roads. You can see some piles of old bones, some sort of rubble from things that have been broken. Some of the roof tiles have been broken off and shattered on the floor. Nothing of any value. So no one cares to sip at the water?
I was probably like I would do that as well. Like dip
No
the finger
problem.
in and check that it's not gone bad.
Make for me, please. I'm going to say an easy endurance test.
Right?
Yeah, I bet that water's just fine.
Look, my endurance is very good, but watch me fail this.
Oh,
Not
not today.
Look, my target number is 96 if it's easy.
Yes.
But still.
So, it is very cold, hence the need for an endurance test, but it is clean.
Excellent. I will like refill my water skin or
Excellent.
drinking receptacle.
Yep.
And sort of sip some more of it. I mean, it's cold, but I'm prepared for the cold now, so I'm not going to
Yeah.
give myself brain freeze or anything.
seeing that it seems to be fine. I will do the same.
Cool.
Yeah, I tell everyone it's bracing and fresh.
If forewarned that it is cold, you don't have to make endurance tests for the rest of you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
The sounds that Johanna and Lucian would have heard, because there's like this is a conjunction of various different pathways. You can't pinpoint where it was coming from. So if anyone would like to make a further hearing-based perception test, they may. If anyone cares to make a vision-based perception test, they can do, but it will be at neg 10.
That's still better than what I normally do.
I'll do a. So is it challenging for a listening one?
Challenging for a hearing-based one. Otherwise, it is difficult for a sight-based one.
I'll do it.
I
Hearing-
use
healing-
my
hearing
storm
one.
lantern for myself
Mm-hmm.
to make a difference, or is that including that?
That's including that, yeah.
Was hearing challenging? Sorry.
Hearing was challenging, yes.
Well,
Oh,
I was like,
Hey.
is my storm lantern working? And I turned it into my face and just blinded. Now all
Yeah.
I can see is like a bright light
just a bright light.
in my eyes.
That's about it. Yeah, you have to be guided along for the next couple of minutes until the light clears. I should probably do one for Wolfgang Pass. I should do one
That's
for
the
Lucian.
second 100 I've rolled today.
It is. It's quite. It's almost impressive.
Yeah, if only it was highest is what you wanted.
Yeah. I'll get Lucian to roll one as well. Oh, he crit success. Nice. Right. Okay. So the lot of you who were listening, you can hear that the sounds continue down two of the paths that can join here. There's 5 paths that sort of meet up at where you are currently near this fountain. The path directly ahead of you and the path directly to the right of that path. You can hear sound coming from down those ways. Both of them appear to go straight on for a bit.
Is it drums in the deep?
I wouldn't say it's drums in the deep. Maybe the drumming of footsteps in the deep.
Cool.
Did anyone get better than a marginal? I suppose Lucian got a crit success. Lucian would hear that he can hear sort of like orcs yelling at each other in their guttural language. But that's about it. So there's two paths ahead of you, one directly ahead, one to the right of that, where sound is emanating from. Is it flip a coin time again?
Or do we wish to face down these foes that bring their noise and desecration on this holy dwarven city?
Maybe we can scout it, see if we can take it. I don't want to overextend.
Hey.
That is wise. Who's feeling sneaky?
Oh, I had some bad times trying to sneak myself.
I
This,
think we all just turn and look at Gehenna.
I was going to say, considering that this is a dwarven city, this would be considered
Yeah.
stealth urban if you're wanting to do a stealth urban test.
Okay, well let me
I can
consider what
try.
I'm good at.
I'm not
I
very
mean,
good
I
at it.
can't say how successful it's gonna be.
I am currently blind though.
Yeah.
Where would stealth be? What test would that be?
There should be a stealth skill, unless you don't
here we
have
go.
it.
Nope, I'm not feeling sneaky in the slightest.
There we go. No stealth from Steph.
Yep.
Let me see if Lucian's got any stealth. I don't think he does, somehow.
I can, but I don't know if you want me to, being blinded.
Yeah, Lucian does not have any stealth either. I will allow you to make an attempt, but it's going to be hard.
I mean, I'm feeling confident, so why not?
I would have to roll below an 8. I'm not going to do that.
But
I
what is
don't think
what
we'll
what would
sneak
we be rolling? What's it going to be against?
So you're doing a
Agility.
stealth test?
Maybe I don't have any. So
Okay, if you don't
it's
have
just
stealth,
flat
then
agility, right?
then it will be just a flat agility, yeah. But
And then hard.
it will be hard.
Yeah, cool. So same 8. I think we might leave that.
Mm. So, do you wish to progress deeper in, or are you going to try and return to the surface and report back what you've found so far?
Once we got
We haven't found anything so far. I think we need to go deeper.
Hey,
Let's do it.
All right.
So cautiously, do we want to go towards the louder sound, or pick a different spot?
Well, I would say between either Lucian, Gehenna, or Wolfgang, they can flip a coin and decide which path they wish to take. The one directly ahead, or the one to the ahead and to the right.
What are we thinking, guys?
The least sneaky way.
Sorry.
You know, I'm just gonna start making off down the center corridor.
Sure.
The noisier one.
Yep.
Like not really super confidently, but I'm gonna be like going carefully. You know, light lantern up, hammer in hand, other hand.
Yep.
Going slowly and sort of as stealthily as I can.
Sure.
But not like pressed against the wall, turn the lantern down. Just slowly and cautiously, keeping my ears and eyes, open.
Yep. All right. So you make your way down this road, more houses, more of the same. You peer into these houses as you go past. It's again more of what you found already. Any writing materials or any writings that had been there had either been torched or defaced. Most of the things were covered in orc filth and rags and pelts and skins and whatnot. When you reach the end of this road, there is another set of stairs going down. The sounds do appear to be continuing down that way.
these orcs know not of what they defile.
Let's Follow it.
Hey, let's.
Yep.
All right. You make your way down the stairs. This time the stairs, it's quite a long, straight set of stairs that just continues down deeper and deeper into the mountain. When this finally levels out, you find yourself in a large hall, I guess, for the lack of a better term. Large enough that when you lift your lanterns up, the light does not reach the other end of it.
Cool.
Can I see?
If you're getting Dwarrowdelf vibes, then you're
I'm getting big Moria vibes. Yeah,
yeah,
Dwarrowdelf, absolutely.
you're on the right path.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, Ulrich, if you were moving ahead of the light, yeah, you could see an additional 20 feet ahead of that, but it looks like you still can't see the opposite wall.
Ooh, it's a big boy.
From what you remember of Karak Asgaraz, this is probably like a marshalling hall, where like processions might be held for the Dwarven King, or they might have like big market day fairs, or religious festivals might be held here, where this is sort of a big meeting place where the majority of the Dwarven populace would gather for important events.
Okay.
But it is very large, quite dark, and you cannot see an exit from where you are currently. So do you walk blindly into the dark and hope that you can find another wall somewhere with a corridor leading off?
The orcs have to be down here somewhere. I know it. Just thinking. A map of Mindenheim does not help me. We could keep going down, lads. We could keep going down.
I think
You
we
don't
have
think
nothing
it's
to report
wide?
yet.
The only problem is I don't know how big this hole's gonna be.
Well,
Well,
should we try and find a wall and follow it round the side? If we can find a wall, then we can follow it all the way around and see where it comes out, and that way we know to follow it back again.
Right, let's give that a go. I'm gonna find the.
I know it'll be a long walk, but
Yeah.
you know.
I'm gonna try and find the left wall, and just like try and go down further into the hole.
I will, as we're going, I'll take my ink pot out. I'll just drop ink on the ground as we go, like dots of it.
Yep.
Just to try and so we know where we're going.
All right. So I guess you have the option. Do you go left or right?
Well, I think we went to the left wall, is what we were trying to like. I presume we go back to the door we came out of to go into this hall.
Yep.
And then follow the left wall, like right on the left wall.
Yep. Sure thing. All
Like
right.
a maze.
Yeah.
You follow the left wall. Being that it is so vast and dark in here, you sort of lose track of how long you've been walking for. I would probably say well over a minute before you finally reach another wall.
Cool. And does it make a right angle? Like, is it a
It
corner
just
or
makes a
something?
right angle. There is a corner, which is thick with dust,
Mhm.
and then the wall continues off to your right.
Cool. So we keep following it, I guess.
Cool. All right. You continue along this new wall. Probably about another 30, 40 seconds of walking. You come across a set of stairs leading up, but they appear to be not stairs in a traditional sense, more like steps leading up to like some sort of raised dais or platform. Do you continue up the steps, or do you sort of skirt around them?
How high do they seem to go?
Your lantern should be able to sort of illuminate the topmost step.
Yeah, that's what I meant, like, I can
you can see there's probably only about 5 steps. They probably go
I'll check
about
it out.
10 feet up
So
total.
it's like a raised kind of, but we're still on a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go up the steps.
Cool. So as you go up to the top of the steps, and there is in fact a throne here, and there is pinned to the throne the skeletal remains of a dwarf.
All right.
A spear has been sort of rammed through where its heart would have been.
Reverential gang signs.
Yep. Ulrich, have you followed up there, or have you not?
Could I gauge how old I think this might be, or have an attempt at?
Yeah, sure.
How long? Is this like? Does it look like this has been here for hundreds of years, or does it look like this has been here for a month? Or does this look like this predates? I don't know. Yeah, like, does it look really, 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 really ancient? Because the dwarves have been out of here for a couple hundred years. Is that right?
Several hundred years, probably closer to a millennia.
Oh, okay, right.
So it's like proper ancient.
Cool. Well, I mean, sure. I'll still have a guess at it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have any fucking idea, but I'll have a guess at it. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You basically
No, that's fine.
You take a punt and
I just say it's hella old.
It's heckin' old. Ulrich, did you come up as well, or have you just sort of stayed at the foot of the steps?
I would think I would come up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've said that Ulrich is not a particularly religious dwarf, but it's been a while since you've been in a dwarven hold, and you're finding essentially the remains of your well, maybe not your clan, but your ancestry just sort of, defiled, and you found this potential dwarven lord who has just been, pinned to this throne. Does this stir anything in you? Do you feel any sort of reverence?
Do it, coward.
I feel like the defilement of what is basically like the most sacred thing to Ulrich, right? Which is, dwarven grounds, is like, it's just sickening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's more like, it's not sadness so much as anger and revulsion at what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like pulls out his flask as per usual and like holds it up in the air as like his weird mark of respect.
Yeah.
Takes a swig and he's like, "There's much to be done, lad. There's much to be done."
Can I get you please to make a challenging cool test?
Uh-oh. Anytime I see a dwarf skeleton. Challenging dwarf cool test. Ooh, hang on a minute. Is this going to help me? No, never mind.
Oh, he passes. Okay.
Oh, I'm just angry. I'm just angry.
You're just angry. I was going to say, because if you failed, What's your willpower bonus, by the way?
It's not. Oh, it's like 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, I was going to say if you'd failed, I probably would have given you some psychology as well.
Okay, that's fine.
But that's fine. It's okay. You're just angry.
Mm.
You're not going to be,
No, just-
Bruce Banner, not always angry. You're just angry.
No. No, I see it and I'm like, those fucking orcs. They come into our home. They kill off our clans. This. Don't understand what they do they?
I will, whilst you're up here, get you to make for me, please, a law metallurgy test. I will say it's going to be difficult.
Ooh, okay. Oh, it's not great. Ah.
Okay. The dwarf that is pinned up on the throne. Most of what armor and spoils and jewelry he had on him has been looted, but you do spot on one of his skeletal fingers a ring of dwarven craftsmanship, which catches your eye. The metal, it's not Gromrel. You know what Gromrel looks like.
Yeah.
But it could be some other sort of dwarfish metal. It could be mithril potentially. Up to you whether or not you take the ring or not.
You know what? No, I won't take the ring. I reckon I'll leave it. I'll leave it there and just be like, hey, we'll come back later.
All right. So you go back down the steps. You go around the sort of dais where the throne is, and you continue along the wall.
Yeah.
You continue along this wall for again about 30 or so seconds until you reach another corner with another right angle.
Okay. So it's like big, but it's not that big.
Yeah, decent size. Like
I was having like visions of having to camp in this hall or something like that.
yeah, like it's a large space, but it's not super large.
It's not that big. Yeah, cool.
Although you don't know how far up the wall you came out into the room, so.
Oh, true, but like assuming 50%.
You consume. So
Which
I assume
will
you
do.
you can. That is your prerogative.
Yeah, exactly.
You I assume continue along this wall.
Assuming we are about 50% away along the wall.
So I assume you continue along this new wall.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
All right. You head on down. After maybe 2.5 minutes of walking, you come across a corridor leading off. A very short corridor and then another flight of stairs heading down.
Well, down was the direction you said we wanted to go, Ulrich.
Hey, let's go. Come on.
Alright, so as you head down these stairs, who's coming up front, may I ask?
I was probably right near the front. Whether it was me or Ulrich, I don't know.
Probably me because I've got dark vision, you know?
You've got dark vision, so you're off in the dark. I'm back. I've got a lantern, so I'm back a bit with the lantern, but probably second.
As
But fairly close to you.
as you come down the stairs, Ulrich, you notice that there is a faint glow coming from the corridor in front of you.
Low.
Yep. Whether by torchlight or by maybe some bioluminescent fungi, you're not sure. But there is a faint glow coming from up ahead.
Hey, strange. I don't know if you see that, lad, but something's up there.
I I will dim my lantern
Same.
just a touch.
As you do so, the glow appears to you guys as well. You can see it.
Yeah.
There's definitely something glowing up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you continue along.
Yeah, I guess I'll listen out and hear it. See if I can hear anything or
Yep.
smell anything. I mean, I can't see anything beyond the glow, but just I will try to perceive any further information from the situation.
You may indeed.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Yeah, makes sense.
Sadly not.
No.
So as you are going down this corridor, one of you steps in a rather thick pile of dust,
Probably me.
and whoever is so Wolfgang steps in this thick pile
I
of
know I'm a
dust.
critic
Yeah.
failed, so it's me.
So you've stepped in this thick pile of dust, and Gehenna, who was following behind you with a heightened sense of smell, sneezes.
Just
Oh no.
huffed it straight up.
No.
And then just yeah, amazing.
It's not a loud sneeze. It's not
Real-
one of those big
No.
out like blustery sneezes, but it's a
But
sneeze.
it's bold.
I'm assuming the party freezes.
Everyone
I-
knows orcs don't.
I'm
yeah.
going to start channeling.
Is anyone else wanting to make a perception-based test? Oh my god, you actually are channeling. That's is that including your +2 success levels?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, no. I did average, which is the same thing, basically.
Yeah, basically the same thing. Okay. Wow.
Look,
okay.
I'm kind of post sneeze, so
I'm
I'm
trying
not
to cast
accepting
Dome.
anything.
I'm probably just
I'm like,
frozen, being
"Bleh."
like shit, like yeah.
I'm like, sneeze, and then I'm like, shit. Oh no.
Yoink out my axe right now. Just be like, ooh.
You wait. You don't hear anything. Seems like you might have just gotten lucky.
I'm gonna walk forward a couple steps.
Oh my god, this is crit success.
Oh.
That is a crit success though. That still counts as a miscast.
Ooh.
Yes, it does.
Spicy.
So,
I see.
the reason I'm casting it is because of my shadow effects making us all obscured.
Yes.
Under my nose.
But that because it is a crit success, that still does count as a miscast. So we will have to roll a rupture.
Oh no, this is bleeding conditions.
I
for
think it might be
sure.
bleeding conditions. But
It might be bleeding from all of the eyeballs. I've done that. Would not recommend.
yeah, it is.
Oh no.
All right.
Well, I have
Sorry
4
for suggesting
bandages.
that.
Your nose, ears, and eyes bleed profusely. Gain 1d10 bleeding conditions.
Oh, fuck.
Would you like me to roll for that, or would you like to roll for that?
I
think
don't know.
anyone wants that.
Do you want to be responsible for how many bleeding conditions you get, or do you want to put it on me? 2. Okay, there we go. That's not too bad.
Oh, dear God.
That could have been a lot worse. Out of curiosity, what would I have rolled?
I'm gonna go and try and help.
What
See,
was
I would have rolled 4, so that is definitely better.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few bandages, so I
Oh,
can
dear
help out.
God.
Seeing the bleeding, I'm gonna put my lantern down on the ground and go over and try and help.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to do that because I'm holding the spell up and I can't
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah, just seeing you just crying
Oh,
and
dear.
snotting blood, I'm like, ugh. But yeah, I'm gonna.
Can I pass back 2 bandages so they can just immediately?
One
Yeah, no,
for
I'm
each
I'm
and
cool
spell.
to do it. Is it a heal test? Or can I
Yes,
just
it's
do
a
it,
heal
or-
test.
Yeah.
Yep.
Challenging.
Yes. Very nice. And that's 2 success levels. So that's 2 bleeding conditions healed.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
I just wrap around your head.
You
Yeah.
will still take 2 wounds.
Yep.
But yeah, the bleeding conditions
I
are
don't take
immediately.
any more.
You don't take any further.
Hooray!
Thank you very much. That's some good
That's all right.
rolling by everyone. My
That
rolling
was-
was
that
too
was-
good that it caused me to bleed.
It's just too good.
Oh, it's so good.
Very
It
much
causes
so.
you pain.
I will go and pick up.
Feel it.
Oh, don't I get a bonus though? I can extend the duration.
I was just looking at that before. Hang on a second. Magic.
Which all I'll do is try and extend the duration as much as I can.
Nice.
Critical casting. Where was the rules for that? Hang on. It was in Winds of Magic. If it ever decides to load. Come on now, in your own time. New and revised spellcasting. Overcasting. Here we go. In your own time. This book is being very slow. Okay, this is going too slowly. I'm just gonna do it this way instead. Give me a sec.
Nothing either.
Winds of Magic.
Whoop.
Hello.
Hello?
Steve is gone.
We've lost Steve.
Oh,
Lost Steve.
No.
Oh,
we're back.
he's back.
Yay.
What happened?
You just disappeared.
Oh, my net
Oh my
problem.
god.
Elon Musk was like, no.
Yeah, Elon
Do
was
not
fucking me
invoke
over
that
yesterday.
name.
He was fucking us. We were trying to play Plate Up and we kept getting dropped.
What an
Ah.
ass.
Okay, so it's not a critical casting. It would be an overcasting in this sense. Yeah, so you can. Let's have a look. What did you overcast by?
5 success.
6
levels.
success levels. Shit. Okay. Wow.
No, because I had 6 stored and
Yep.
it's 7 cast, so it's 5 over.
Okay. Right. Well, you can increase the range to 3 times the range. It's an area of effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can increase the area of effect to 2 times, or you can do 2 times the duration.
Yeah, double duration. My range is probably enough to get us all because it's 4 yards around me,
Yeah, that's probably enough.
and so then it means it will last for 8 rounds.
Yep.
Which is enough, hopefully enough for us to sneak a bit further.
Cool. Alrighty. So you continue into the room where the glow is.
Mm-hmm.
The glow is, in fact, some bioluminescent fungi. I'm going to say that Lucian probably wants to try and harvest some of that. I feel like that's something he would want.
It's like he's in the room with us.
Yeah. I'm going to get him to do a one of these tests. Incredible. I will say that he will harvest some of those. He will harvest 5 bioluminescent fungi. Let me add that in.
It's just taking that fungi. Don't scratch the stored work, lad. Don't you be doing doing it now.
That, I guess. 5. Cool. All right. So you continue into this room. It's a sort of aglow with this fungi. I'll get you all to make for me perception tests.
Challenging.
Challenging, correct.
Ah!
Yeah, nice.
We're all useless. At least the 3 of us.
Steph?
There was blood caught in my eyes. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
That's it. Yeah.
Have we lost Steph? She's still with us?
Around.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, just sleepy.
I'll get you to do for me, please, a challenging perception test.
Mm-hmm. Can do. Once this loads. Let's see if it'll let me. Jeez. I'll have to open it another thing. Bear with me.
Yeah, you are.
Perception challenging.
Oh,
Hey,
there we go.
how's that?
How'd you like them apples?
How do you
Very
like
helpful
them
given the rest of
apples?
us.
Given everyone else fluffed it, it's good to see that someone's passed.
Hey, I have been marginally okay.
So this area appears to be some sort of barracks. The bioluminescent fungi is definitely interesting. You don't feel like it belongs here, whether or not it's been introduced or has just been accidentally carried here by the orcs and has taken root. It doesn't look natural because you can see that there are like sconces where there should be torches, but they're currently empty.
Full of fungi.
But yeah, so it looks to be a barracks of some sort.
Oh, excuse me.
Right.
Does it
Right,
look
well,
like
let's
there's any
keep going.
sign of activity?
None that you can see.
Right, I might cautiously just kind of sticking to the sides. Are there any like little inter-buildings, or is it just kind of a barracks and a rooms sort of dealio?
This appears to be just one sort of large barracks with sort of multiple ranks of. You can see that there were some weapon racks that have been cleared out. They appear to be empty, and you can see the markings on the floor where there would have been like beds or cots set up, but they've been removed.
Anything else around here? Looks like it might have stuff in it.
With your impressive success, I will say that in the far corner, there does appear to be a refuse pile of like it looks like, the burnt remains of potentially dwarves, or it could just be bones or whatever. But you see something glinting in there.
Well, I'm gonna find some kind of stick-like thing and try and scoop it out.
Sure, you use your longbow, so just
Nice.
sift through. It is a dwarven helm.
Cool.
blackened for the most part. The one shiny bit appears to have been saved from whatever fire has damaged the rest of it. A bit battered, but in otherwise fine condition.
I shall offer it to the dwarf in our party. That seems only polite.
The dwarf is apparently not interested in your helmet.
I mean, it's a bit. Look, I'm not saying taking the dwarf helmet is a bit disrespectful, but I'll let this one slide.
Fair enough.
Johanna's done some good in the past, and I'll just be like, alright, sure.
Let this one slide. Fair enough. Then I shall take the helmet. Hopefully imagine it should fit my head.
It does not.
Ah.
It would. You take your hat off and you try to put it on, but the aperture is too small for your head.
That is a shame.
Johanna, pass it here. I'll use it as a latrine. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Give me the fucking helmet!
Stop yelling!
You're gonna snap it out of their hands.
So near to where you found this, there is another entrance leading into another room. This is similarly lit up by this bioluminescent fungi. As you make your way into there, it appears to be yet another barracks room, very much the same as the previous one. You don't see anything else in this room that's any different to what you found in the previous room. No additional dwarven helmets or anything of that nature. And when you go through the other portal on the other end, there is another set of stairs heading up.
I guess we go up the stairs.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. You make your way up the stairs. And you encounter a what appears to be some sort of like training yard, or what you assume to have been a training yard at some point for the soldiers that had been garrisoned here. Wolfgang, it looks very similar to the sort of training yard that you have at the temple, which is what makes you think that that's what it is.
Yep.
Cool. And you do spot on the opposite side of the training yard a small smithy.
All right.
And rather awkwardly,
Are there like weapons and stuff scattered around?
no,
Or remains or anything? No, it's just empty.
no, it's empty. And rather awkwardly, I'm going to have to leave it there for today, because
Alright.
I have just been requested to go and pick up Lisa from the gig she's at. So
Fair.
I will have to head off, and it is getting late, so it's not the
Yeah,
worst
it's
place
awesome.
to call it here, I think.
Sounds good.
Thank you very
Cool.
much.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
A bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the battle. That was really awesome.
Yeah, that was
And
good
also
fun. I
not sneaking.
yeah, I rolled some very good rolls for the knights and for the cannon, and not for anything else.
I
Nice.
cast a spell so badly that I go blind, and I cast a spell so good that blood comes out of my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Who'd have thunk it?
Sounds like casting spells is.
Not
No.
working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that was fun.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we shall call it there for the eve. I will see you all in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.